Yo, what's up, sleepers? It's your boy Eddbedhead here in the Sleeping Cinema, and today I have with me.
On a count to 426. I keep mixing it up with Aleksey's number.
Yeah. How did you guys land on those numbers?
I don't know. They just rhymed.
Oh.
Yeah, I made my account in like 2006. So.
I think Aleksey just seen your account. And
I never saw his account before. Okay, I created mine because Backstab was taken, so I just had 246.
Yeah, so that's who else we have here. Backstab.
So edgy.
Yeah, that's me. Backstab 246,
was
also
butter.
known as Bread My Butter.
Oh, there you go.
And the guy running our computer today.
Senpai's back again.
Yeah.
Little Mayo said you're 2 subs away from 900.
Let's
Look
go.
at that.
Woo.
Nice.
So close.
Man,
There
yours
will be
suck.
timestamps in the description of our review for the pre-recorded version if you want to skip ahead. But for now, let's buy our tickets and grab our favorite concessions.
Yeah.
So, how's you guys' week been?
It's been good. I didn't stream at all this week, even though I hyped up my channel.
Bro, then it hasn't
just
been
been
that
busy.
good. It hasn't been that good then.
No, well, aside from that, it's
I
been
haven't
pretty
seen you
good.
stream all week. I'm so disappointed.
Oh.
I hopped on.
How do I exist if I don't stream?
Exactly. I hopped on one of Eddie's streams earlier
Uh-huh.
this week, and I was watching him play Geometry.
Oh, yeah, I was playing Geometry Dash earlier.
That was
game
yesterday, wasn't it?
rough. I think that was
Or
2 days ago now, yeah.
Yeah, I hopped on that.
Yeah, it was recent.
And then, of course, I could never hop on Aleksey's because his is at like
In the
11
middle of
o'clock
the
at
night.
night.
Or-
Not
Right.
my fault you can't stay up late.
I have to work in the
That's not my problem.
I went to Traverse City earlier in the week to do a
job?
quartz job, yeah. And then I also went to Detroit to pick up a stone.
Fancy.
Is that where you were at when you sent the pic?
Yeah, you mean the Snapchat where I was taking
This
pictures
man
of the stones?
gets to
Yeah.
travel.
Yeah, that was that. And I had a date on Thursday. That was
Ooh.
Nice.
My boy.
Sounds like you had an exciting week. You had a lot going on.
Yeah,
A lot of traveling.
We were hanging out for like 8 hours or something. So
Oh,
that was pretty
dang.
good.
Yeah. That's a fun week. What about you? You got anything to top that off?
No,
Backstab?
not that. But I got the new game called New World, and that was pretty fun. I've been streaming that a little bit.
Is
Although
that like Second
yesterday,
Life?
what?
Is that like Second Life?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, you're talking to the wrong guy. Ask Games about that.
But yeah, it's just a new MMO made by Amazon. It has some-
Amazon, really? I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Oh, is it that game that crashed a bunch of people's computers?
yeah, probably.
Oh no.
Yeah, you better be careful with that, dude.
It works just fine.
As then he gets on tonight, his computer's
But
on
the game's
fire.
pretty fun.
Oh, yeah.
It definitely needs some work.
Because it,
I enjoy it. I streamed it. But yesterday, I tried streaming. I just had no energy all day.
Oh yeah, I saw that stream.
I
hopped
looked like
on in
I-
the middle of the night and he was like,
I looked like
Dead.
I lost a match to my bed. Okay.
what does that mean?
I lost a fight with my bed, basically.
You're that tired?
Yeah.
Well, what did you get? No sleep?
I got sleep, trust me. I just woke up tired and then was tired all day.
That's how I felt when I woke up too.
But
Kingsley's gonna walk
oh,
out.
well.
Oh, he made it out safe. What about you, Javier?
Well, my week's just been busy with work. I worked 65 hours last
Oh, wow.
week.
Dang, dude.
Even on Saturday, so I worked Saturday until like 1:30, and then I went home, and I didn't do anything. Well, I went home, then I went to another job right after that.
Another job.
Yeah, I worked.
What?
I worked with Hector, so I did another job
Oh.
for like another 3 hours.
Drywalling?
No, we went to someone's house and we were just doing gardening stuff.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So I did that for 3 hours. And then I went grocery shopping that same day.
Dang,
so I didn't
dude.
really get on Saturday. I didn't get home until like 6 at night. And then I sat down for the first time. And then and teacher's like, "We're gonna watch movies." I was like, okay. Then I watched two movies, more movies.
That's a good way to end the night.
Did
though.
you ever finish the Harry Potter movies?
I'm not the one watching them. Teacher
You should be
is.
finishing them with her.
Well, she's not even finished watching the first one. But yeah, other than that, that's like
that-
good.
No, this is Javier's, I think.
Yeah, I
Wow.
forgot to turn it down.
I'm going to take off these Venom glasses. These things are way too dark.
That sounds like you guys had like a lot going on this week. Well, except for
Well,
oh, he says.
I never have much going on. But,
Oh, I had
yeah.
a fun time going to Party City.
Oh,
That's where I bought these Venom glasses.
all right. They're Halloweening it up in there, right?
Yeah.
This for some reason, Antisha wanted to go to like Halloween stores
Oh.
this weekend,
Mhm.
and there's only 2 Halloween stores over here. I feel
Yeah,
like.
City.
there's not that many in this area.
I think there's
Spirit.
a Spirit,
Yeah,
and
Spirit.
then there's another one down 28th, I believe. It's a different name.
I don't know.
I don't
As
know either.
as for me, I finally beat the video game Hello Neighbor. That took me forever.
Let's go.
I started Undertale and Bending the Ink Machine. So
Bro,
those
I
are-
have so many like little nitpicks on what you're doing in Undertale. Like, man, you're really mean against the monsters.
hey man, they're me. They attacked me first.
What is it?
So he's not going the pacifist route.
No, he's not.
hey, I did spare one of them.
Did you see the trailer for the game?
No, I didn't.
The trailer, in the trailer it says it's an RPG where no one has to die.
Oh shoot. Well, they had to die, man.
Death to the.
I'm glad you didn't kill
Monsters.
Toriel at least. I would have been really upset.
You should have killed him. Should have killed him.
I also passed the 800 sub mark, so we're getting up there.
What do you mean? You're almost the 900 sub mark right now.
Yeah, we're almost there. Slowly but surely getting there.
Oh, and last thing I guess on my week is I painted my nails.
Oh, they look sick. I like the coloring.
Did you paint him or did
I
They're
didn't.
fabulous.
you did?
Fabulous.
Yeah, I did them yesterday.
You didn't let your sisters do it?
No,
All right.
Look better.
it wasn't that hard.
Let's take our seats and let's get into the trailers. Any new movies, TV shows, or video games you guys are looking forward to?
The Kingsman movie.
All right, fair enough.
That looks really good. I like the action they haven't. They never miss with the action.
Yeah, they do have a lot going on in those movies. It's interesting how they put in Rasputin as one of the main characters.
Well, this is a prequel to all of it, so.
We're just waiting for you
This is
guys.
really tough because I know I had stuff like I was looking forward to.
Now you know how I feel every
I'm
week.
looking forward to Venom
We already saw Venom.
Oh.
for no particular reason
Venom.
in the future.
Oh, okay, in the future.
Okay.
I can dig that, yeah.
The only thing I'm looking forward to is seeing all the Studio Ghibli movies in theaters.
All right,
I'm
they're bringing
kinda
them all
stoked.
back, huh?
Yeah, well, they're doing it like month by month. I think the first one comes out.
It's Howl's movie.
You guys want to hear a non-popular
Is
opinion
it?
about those?
Are you sure?
What?
that you suck?
I think that the dub version of Studio Ghibli movies are better
What
than the
the
sub.
fuck?
Well, I mean, I grew up with the dub.
Same
so-
here, but hearing it in sub, it just doesn't sound as good because they put so much effort into the dub. Like they put a lot of effort into it.
Isn't the studio? Well, no, never mind. I thought the studio.
It is a higher quality dub than like an anime series dub.
I thought this. I was going to say, is the Studio Ghibli like, American studio? But I realized no, it's not.
No.
it's not. I was going to say.
Yeah, bro,
something.
America, bro.
America, bro.
Although Disney does own them now.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's interesting.
Well, it's on Disney and on HBO Max.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
they
we
have their own
get-
section there.
Get them on all the platforms. All right, so the first trailer I want to talk to you guys about, if you guys don't have any other content, is the French Dispatch plot. A love letter to journalists set in an outpost of an American newspaper in a fictional 20th century French city that brings to life a collection of stories published in the French Dispatch magazine. It releases October 22nd of 2021.
Oui.
What did you guys think?
I had
there's
no idea what I watched.
Yeah, it's a really
okay.
trippy trailer. The camera shots were really cool looking.
Mm-hmm. Seems very artsy too.
Yeah.
I like the fact it was going black and white.
Yeah, it would
Wes
switch from
Anderson
co-
is a really artsy director.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably going to be one of those movies that I watch like midweek, not like on opening weekend, but you know, one of those that you just randomly see on a Wednesday or something.
So it's not going to be a feature movie. We're gonna.
We don't know yet.
I don't know yet. Right, that's October 22nd of this year. There might be some competition for it, but we'll see. But yeah, I don't know how to feel about it either. I don't really understand the plot all the way either, but I guess that's one of the movies you just have to sit down to really understand.
Well, see, when you read the YouTube description, it kind of made sense more than what the plot you just read out loud.
That's a bunch of short stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It looks like something Monty Python would do.
Yeah, because from the trailer alone, I thought like the past and the future were like
Converging.
fighting each other.
I was thinking for some reason it was like the Reminiscent, I think it's called. That movie that we did where the guy goes in the machine, goes in the past, goes back and forth. Like that.
That Eddie wasn't here for.
You have the Lost episode.
The Lost. Are you gonna put? You should have put Lost in the title.
Well, it's Lost because the audio quality was really rough.
Was it?
That entire week was
Like
rough.
my volume was maxed on my phone, and it was a whisper on the headphones. Yeah, basically.
What you doing over there?
All right. Up next, we have Clifford the Big Red Dog.
I'm stoked for this
Plot.
movie.
A young girl's love for a tiny puppy named Clifford makes the dog grow to an enormous size. It releases November 10th of 2021.
So my only problem with it is the fact that they don't move into the countryside.
Okay, that's maybe
Well,
because this
maybe
is
they
the
do
origin
later
story.
on.
You're right. Maybe this is the origin story before.
Well, even in the books, they show like they only lived there for like a month or so.
Yeah, but maybe this is that month.
Yeah.
Because I remember in the books,
Don't look at me like that.
I remember what you're talking about in the books, like he was as big as like the skyscrapers, so they had to.
And the TV show.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
When I saw the trailer, I was like, "Oh, they're really making this is gonna be terrible." But then I saw the trailer, I was like, "Oh, this actually doesn't look too bad."
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny.
Oh,
It does. It's not. It's like your typical kids feel. I don't know. I don't want to say feel good.
it
don't
Like
is
know.
happy-go-lucky
It
sort of
feels like
movie.
that. What are you talking about?
Inspirational.
I wouldn't say it's personal. But just a happy kids movie.
I realized something that I want to throw out there. I'm also excited to see Baby Shark.
Baby
You're
Shark
actually gonna
Dad
see
in
it?
a movie?
You're
Yeah,
actually
bro.
gonna
I
see
did
it.
not know that.
Yeah.
Also, I found a bunch of shit that I'm looking forward to, but I'll say it after the trailer.
We'll save it after the trailers.
Okay.
We'll save the Baby Shark after the trailers too. Right now we're talking about Clifford.
Okay. Yeah. No, but no. Like I said, it looks good. I'm kind of excited to see it.
Mhm.
Grew up on Clifford a little bit too. I didn't read the books, just the
Okay.
show.
Just the show. The show was good too. Yeah. I mean,
Obi.
we got our own Clifford here, who's barking into the room.
I don't get why he's barking.
Because
Right.
he sees Aleksey in the corner.
Oh,
Up next, hold on. You guys can talk about the other trailers while I go calm him down.
What is it? What's the next trailer?
No, about the ones that Jesus wanted to look at.
Jesus.
wait, what? No, I was talking
Your
about. I'm
stuff.
talking about video games that I'm looking forward
We'll
to.
talk about that then.
Okay, he's going anyway.
This
Sorry about the interruption,
is such
guys.
an interesting week, though.
All right, this episode has been interesting so far. A few setbacks here and there, but we're getting through them. Up next, we have Disney's Encanto. Encanto tells the tale of the Madrigals, an extraordinary family who lives in a wondrous, charmed place called Encanto. Each child has been blessed with a magical gift unique to them. Each child except Maribel. But when the family's home is threatened, Maribel may be their only hope. It releases November 24th of 2021.
So they have all these powers,
love-
and they can't do anything to help themselves.
I guess
Well,
not.
I think because the island is like messing with their powers. I think they said in the trailer.
I thought it was just in the house they had the powers mostly.
I
Because
don't know.
they don't show them that far away from the house, like in the trailer.
I mean,
you know,
that
when she
super
lifts up
strong
the,
lady.
well, yeah, I'll say she was just down the hill from the house.
Still counts.
Maybe the
Well,
island.
it might be the village. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
It's a weird place to just have your powers. Like, what good are they if you can't use them anywhere else?
well, that's why people go there and visit.
A bunch of these character designs look like people I've seen before. Like Hispanic people I've seen before.
Well, overall, I'm kind of excited for this movie as well.
Honestly, the design of these characters, they look very similar to what is it, Coco?
well,
Same studio.
yeah.
Oh, it's the same
Disney
studio, but
movie.
I'm kind of sick of the same designs being used over and over. Get something different.
I don't.
It's kind of hard.
What do you mean?
I know
by
it's
that?
hard to change a style that works, but still,
I don't.
I think he's trying to think of the
art style.
the fish movie as well. That
Oh,
Disney released.
Luca?
Yeah, Luca as well, because I think he's probably seen that one as well. Because
I can kind of see what you mean, but Luca had.
Character designs are
slightly
too
different.
similar.
I
Well,
feel
what
like
do you want them to change it to?
I
feel
don't
like
know, just something different.
Pixar always has a specific art style, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean that's just the way that they do their designs. But as terms of the movie itself, it seems like I don't know how they're gonna make a whole film out of this.
it looks
concept,
it
you
looks like it's gonna be like an adventure movie.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe.
because in the trailer they show the
She's
house
going on
falling
an adventure,
apart,
yeah.
Oh,
and then it's just like, well, now we gotta go because it's based off of magic.
it's true.
That's what they were saying. So.
Yeah, Disney always does make those adventure movies,
So-
adventure type
It's
movies.
probably gonna be like, oh, the house fell apart. Now we gotta go like 100 miles away to the secret cave and grab
Pretty
some-
much.
grab
Wonders.
like a cup of life or something, and then bring it back
A
and
cup of life.
pour it into the house, and boom, bada bang, we're back
Save
to
the
life.
world.
I think we just weren't paying attention too much to
No,
the trailer.
probably not.
Because I think it's the whole island or the village. I don't think it's just their house.
No, it's
Well,
not just a house.
it just shows not all like the 2 trailers I've seen.
We
It's
have to
all
rewatch
about,
the trailer.
huh?
We'll rewatch it later or something.
Well, I would say the 2 trailers because me and you seen it in theaters as well.
Okay,
I don't
I'm
remember
also
that
gonna up next. We also have the Mario trailer, but I'm gonna skip that because I think we pretty much covered it all last week. I thought there was gonna be more to it, but there wasn't.
Bro, Jack Black, bro, Jack Black. It's the only character that matters.
Jack Black. Any other content you guys said you had?
Oh, so you know the Nintendo presentation happened. I think during the last week.
I didn't
Did
know
I
that.
even mention? Did I mention that last
No,
week?
you did.
I did.
I think you mentioned it last week Sunday because it didn't happen on Friday.
Oh well, I'm looking forward to SMT5.
Ooh.
When is Aleksey gonna play Persona 5?
I don't know yet. I just got New World, so
Dang,
Oh my
bro.
God.
So you're never gonna play Persona?
I will.
Just admit it to us
I will.
already.
You gotta do a double feature.
Just tell us
Just
already.
do 2 games, one in the morning,
But-
one at night.
I guess another thing I'm looking forward to is like when I went to Muskegon, I went to this kind of like used game store
Okay.
slash
Like
like
Distrader.
kind of like just traders, but they also had like music stuff like records and shit like that.
Oh, that's cool.
So I got SZA's Control album for like $20,
Oh,
which is
nice.
pretty good.
I think Distraders has records as well. I think.
Maybe I don't know.
Because when I walk in there, there's like a whole bunch of movies on one side and then
They
games
do
on the
got a
other
lot
side.
of stuff in there, yeah.
But I bought Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga for the Game Boy.
Oh, let's go.
When are you gonna bring it over so we can play it?
It's in my car right now.
Hey.
Really?
It's for the Game Boy.
And when are you
Everybody
gonna-
just
It's not like we could share
hop
the
hop onto the cable that you use for Game Boy. What was it called?
The link
the
cable.
link
The
cable.
cable.
You gotta buy one where it connects to like a 4-port and then we all just connect. it.
Exactly. Then
I
we-
told Paige to take me because they had a Game Boy Micro. I don't know if you've heard of those before.
I actually haven't.
It's like a really small Game Boy. It's like the size of like what
I
I'm
never would have guessed.
that. And it's like $150.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
What?
And
For an
like
older
and like a
console?
brand new one would be like $300.
You're
Jeez.
gonna buy the
I'm-
brand new one, right?
To be fair, Game Boys are pretty
Pretty hard.
I was gonna
Pretty hard
buy
to get
it.
right
I was
now,
gonna
yeah.
buy it, but it's just a little too steep for like the size of the thing.
Yeah, but it's
I remember as a kid, I saw one at the Pulga. You know the flea
Oh,
market.
yeah.
I saw one for like $80.
$80.
Should
Yeah.
have gotten
Pretty
it,
sure it was
bro.
used,
Made
though.
Well, yeah, but the ones that I saw at that.
Did it work at least? Did you try turning it on?
Yeah, I think I was 8.
This is an old memory.
You think?
Yeah,
You
I'm
don't
pretty sure.
know.
Any other trailers or any other
Like I
content you
said,
guys
the
want to
only
talk
thing
about?
that's Baby Shark. It's
Baby
also
Shark.
comes
What?
out.
How would they even make a movie out
Dude,
of that?
I don't know. Also, I think the trailer or the description was they go to space.
What?
So it's
oh my
it's a
god!
space-
So
it's
sharks
a-
in
it's a-
space?
It's an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah,
I guess another thing I'm looking forward to is eventually watching the Many Saints of Newark.
Oh yes, that film
the
is out.
Sopranos movie. I said to them that I watched like 5 minutes or something, and like I got like this huge ass spoiler that I'm not up to in the show.
So you got to watch the show before watching the movie. Then maybe that's the best way to go about
Are
it.
you okay, Alexa?
I mean, you could
Kinda
probably watch the movie if you've never seen the show because you'll probably forget who the character they're talking about is.
Okay. Okay.
Danny DeVito's the only mafia character I know.
What?
He's never. What mafia movies has he been in?
He just looks like he would be a good mafia character.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Any other trailers or stuff you guys want to talk about?
Nope.
All right, then let's get into our thoughts before going into Venom.
Venom.
What were you guys' ideas or thoughts before walking into the movie?
The thing that got stuck in my head was the Eminem song.
I mean, I don't disagree there.
I'm gonna give a spoiler right now. He does make a song for the ending soundtrack again.
It's a lot better.
He does.
Yeah, is this song?
It's a lot better,
that's
but
song, at the end of the movie when the credits roll, that's his song again.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's another Venom song.
It doesn't sound like Eminem.
well, because he didn't take like the biggest portion of the track.
Right. He doesn't do the.
There was like 3 other rappers.
Yeah, he doesn't do the hook. He just does some verses in it. But it is his song.
Oh, cool. Do you know that Eminem opened in his own restaurant in Detroit?
Yeah, Mom's
Spaghetti. All right, but back to Venom.
Okay.
I mean, it's related to Venom.
Yeah,
it is
right.
related to Venom.
But I mean, I saw Venom 1 a couple days ago.
Did you?
Oh, did you actually see it?
Yeah,
Did
did
you?
you not see it?
No, I actually.
Oh my
went
God.
You
out.
watched
Actually,
Venom 2
bro.
and
Yeah,
you didn't
but
watch
I
the
like
first one?
No, well, so like, here's the only question I have: does Venom 1 actually relate to Venom 2?
No
much?
fucking shit.
But-
Venom 2 has Venom in it.
No, but it's just a creation, like how it starts off, how he gets the suit. But they say it in the movie in 2.
It doesn't matter if they say you gotta witness it.
Oh my god!
You gotta
have to
watch it.
Well, I didn't want to pay $5 on.
You gotta
What
watch
do you
it.
mean 5? It's on HBO Max.
No, it's not.
It's not?
No.
Oh,
It
wait.
was.
Oh, wait, yeah, I didn't
Wasn't
see
it?
it on HBO. I
But
forgot.
you still gotta watch it. Pay
You
the
gotta
$5.
you gotta buy it on like Vudu or
Yeah, you
YouTube.
gotta
Rent
buy
it for like $3 on YouTube. Okay.
I don't. If I'm not renting a movie, I'm gonna buy it so I can rewatch it multiple times.
That's stupid.
All right, but
Why?
anyways, my thoughts on
Because
this.
it's always like I'm all in or nothing. That's the problem with you. Like if I can't,
All right, what were your thoughts, Aleksey,
Before going into this movie, I knew what I was getting into. I already knew a little bit about the character, so I knew what I was going. Definitely knew what I was getting into. Good action, wanted it, got it.
Yeah. What about you, Javier?
Well, based off the trailer, it looked extremely good.
extremely good.
Extremely
How
good.
did you know?
Top quality.
Well, honestly, like he didn't look like a bad actor in the from the trailer, and I mean, I didn't hear too many people.
I have a problem with Tom Hardy.
You don't like him?
He mumbles a lot, and like I
Yeah.
mumble a lot too. But sometimes you can't even understand what he's saying
I
because he's
understand,
whispering
But
sometimes.
like in this movie, it made sense from the mumble a lot.
Because like sometimes
he
he's
has to-
talking to someone, and then he sometimes like says a couple words normally, and then he like starts whispering like he's like running out of breath or something. It's so weird.
It takes a lot of energy to talk.
Well, especially
I
for
agree.
him, wasn't he doing
Just kidding.
two personalities in a sense, like talking to Carnage?
Yeah, we'll get into
Venom?
more of the actual substance of the film in a little bit, but right now, before I walked into Venom, I thought, I liked the original. I thought it was a good movie, but kind of forgettable. I didn't remember too much about it.
Sweet
So
Jesus, it's not too bad.
I was just more excited to see Carnage for the first time on the big screen.
I mean, we saw him in the trailer.
Yeah, well,
On the big screen, yeah.
Yeah, on the big screen.
I have some questions, but I think I'll just wait until like we go to the spoil.
All right, yeah. So it's cool to finally see some variety of Spider-Man villains in movies. And so I just came in kind of expecting an average superhero movie. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna get whatever this is, and we'll see how it goes.
How did you watch Venom
a
2?
superhero movie.
Wait, what? Who goes first? I can't answer to you.
Alexi's question is stupid. How did you watch the movie?
How did I watch the movie? In IMAX theaters.
Oh, you watched it in IMAX?
Yeah.
I said they had a lot of show times on Thursday. I think the earliest was like 1:20.
Yeah, I
they
watched
do.
it with Emily in 3D.
Oh,
you
in
went
3D?
in 3D?
Where,
Yeah.
where did they play it at 3D at?
Celebration North.
What? I didn't know that.
They did not.
Yeah,
When?
they have it in 3D.
When? Right now?
Yes, right now.
I don't
Oh
believe
my
you.
god!
I
did
gotta
not
go
know
back and
that.
watch it then. I
Right.
wanna
It
see-
wasn't great.
What?
The 3D isn't great.
Aw.
Like, it's barely noticeable. And it
They-
sucks because they, like, shrink down the screen a little bit more because, like, they put black bars on the edges so then you could, like, actually focus on the 3D or whatever.
I was saying in IMAX they kind of shown that some parts were going to be in 3D. Then you think about it now.
It didn't look that great.
Dang.
Oh,
It just seemed
I
kinda
saw it in
normal.
IMAX.
You saw it in IMAX too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Watching movies in IMAX is a whole nother experience that
It
I
is.
recently started doing this year too.
it feels great. Kind
Yeah,
of
dude.
like
The one
The surround sound.
I
and
have
stuff.
one problem with IMAX, though.
Especially when you get the subscription because it's
Yeah.
basically the
it's
same as a
free,
regular
bro.
ticket.
Then it's just like watching at home.
Anyone who would have a problem with IMAX
Shut up.
would be some dumbass who doesn't buy the subscription.
Bro, facts. You know?
You're basically stealing money from them when you pay the subscription.
So, I mean, I paid for my sister when we went and watched it.
Well, yeah,
but,
when you pay for your sister.
but that's different. You're paying for someone else.
Yeah, unless you're with friends.
Then you're like,
you.
oh man, if you do it weekly, it only makes sense to buy the.
Right.
It's almost like
let's get back on track real
Anyways,
quick.
my problem with watching the movie in IMAX is because the IMAX theater has like this weird light on the left side, and I can see it through everything. And so I'm just like trying to watch the movie, but I'm focusing on that light.
All right,
Well, that's your own fault.
Right.
Dude.
Before we get into the let's get into the spoiler-free review of Venom right now. Let's get back on the track here.
Venom.
All right, spoiler-free review of Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Venom, Let There Be Carnage was released October 1st of 2021, starring Tom Hardy and Woody Harrelson. Directed by Andy Serkis, is rated PG-13. Plot summary. Tom Hardy returns to the big screen as a lethal protector Venom, one of the Marvel's greatest and most complex characters. So what are you guys' overall thoughts, without getting into spoilers, of Venom?
I thought
Most
Woody Harrelson did a
complex
fantastic job in his role.
He's okay.
Wait, who?
I haven't seen him in many movies lately, so
He's a little corny.
Seeing him back, well, yeah, but still, he was a fun character.
Wait, who are you talking about?
You
Woody
barely
Harrelson.
even see him.
Woody Harrelson, he played Carnage,
Oh, okay.
Cletus.
Cletus.
The villain.
Yeah, it's the
basically.
villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My thoughts on it were, don't take this film too seriously, and you'll probably end up enjoying it, because otherwise you're gonna get caught up on all the little, maybe sometimes cringy stuff that happens in the movie.
Like Shriek, she's a bad actor. In that movie, I don't know. I really didn't like her.
Okay.
Didn't she play Calypso in Pirates of the Caribbean?
I don't know.
Good question. I actually don't know.
So you know in that movie, it's just so sad. But you know how the
Spoiler.
okay, I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, but I was
Okay.
gonna say
We'll
I got
save it then.
scared at
You
one
got
point.
scared.
Yeah, at one point of the movie, I was like, man, this is kind of scary.
Bro, Venom
for a
was a
second.
scary
What the
movie, bro.
fuck?
For a second. For a second.
Bro, why are you crying in the movie?
I was holding your Tisha's hand. I was scared. I was like, hold me. I was scared. It was a swap room. Okay.
The Venom and Brock dynamic was more like a couple in this one.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they were going for.
Yeah.
And it worked out. I think it was full. I think the comedy in this movie made it a lot more enjoyable and even memorable than the first movie. Because in this one, you get that couple relationship, and only Eddie can hear Venom in his head, and everybody else is just kind of looking at him like, what the heck is going on with this dude?
I think that first scene where they're in the apartment.
Spoiler?
Oh yeah, let's say the apartment
Is
scene.
it spoil free still?
It's what is there to spoil? It's they talk to each other and they eat food.
There we go.
Big
Just say that
spoiler. Big fucking spoiler.
Spoilers, man.
But that scene was just way too fast paced, and like I don't know, it felt like they were just throwing a bunch of shit at the wall and see what makes people
sticks.
laugh.
It is an hour and 32-minute movie, so.
Is it?
Yeah, it was-
No, it's 2
if-
hours long. I thought.
No,
It
it's
was
not.
2 hours long.
It's 2 hours
It was
long,
like-
bro.
I actually don't know.
No, it's an hour and 32 minutes.
I
All
swear.
right,
it
we'll
said
fact check the.
I swear it was 2
But
hours.
point is, I felt that Venom 1 was a better movie than this one.
The film is an hour and a half.
Told you.
Oh,
What?
okay. Well, then it sucks because certain characters don't get enough screen time.
Yeah. The movie did feel. That's another thing I wanted to talk about. Some of the parts of the movie did feel kind of rushed. I don't know if they really just didn't want to go for a longer screen time or what, but
That is what.
Like it seemed like they focused like
Mainly on
80% of the movie on Brock and
Venom.
What they were
Venom's
trying-
friendship or
this
whatever.
runtime was on purpose. What they said was they didn't want to add too much to the movie to stretch it out because that's just gonna make the movie lose. You're gonna lose interest in the end there.
no. But I wish they kind of explored some things a little bit more. 'Cause
Yeah, there were some things that I felt was missing.
They probably just should have extended like 10
They
to
just went
15
very
minutes.
straightforward to
Probably
the
more.
movie.
Yeah, especially the ending to me felt complete. I'm not gonna talk about any spoilers about it, but
Yeah.
They just cut to black and then something happens and then you're like, what? Why the fuck is this happening?
But overall, I think I would watch this movie again. I enjoyed it. So You wouldn't watch it again?
No.
See, my problem is I'm going in with no.
I'm going in with no.
Yeah, with no.
Like I'm not.
Yeah, with no background or anything.
Yeah.
On it,
So I'm just going in like this is like the first part, even though this is part 2. So like I didn't see much of a problem. A lot of the camera shots were good. The lighting wasn't bad. Like I don't know if you've seen the New Mutants.
Yeah, I saw that movie.
No.
Well, like I don't know, like only you. I think you're the only person seen it because I don't think Alexei's seen it either. But like a lot of the camera shots in that are super dark.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that, even though because a lot of the room was lit up. And this, they're in the city. They're mostly outside.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
It was pretty well.
It was a pretty well lit movie. Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't like
You could see everything. Yeah, especially since Venom, is like a
darker character.
Yeah. You could actually see his silhouette and stuff even at
Because all
nighttime.
the light was shining off him.
So what do you guys rate it out of 10?
8.
What the fucking 8? It's a 5.
I was say I gave it like an 8.5 as well.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 7.9.
Oh my god. What the hell?
It's a fun movie where you just turn off your brain and you don't really look for any
You're
like.
the only person that really didn't.
I
like
give it a
it.
5.5.
You gave it 5.5 because you saw it in 3D and it sucked.
Well, yeah, I think if you rewatch it,
Still the content of it didn't really enthrall me that much.
All right, let's compare to these online ratings. The critics for Metascore gave it a 47 out of 100.
Really?
Yeah, and the Rotten Tomatoes critics gave it a 59%.
Really?
Yeah. IMDb
Really?
gave it a 6.7 out of 10.
Oh, really?
And then Rotten Tomato audience gave it an 85%.
really,
Yes, why do I took it?
Look, when I said really, I was actually generally surprised by that, okay?
the critics,
You need my sources? You can look it up.
bro. For some reason, like all these movies that we've been watching, the critics have not been giving them high ratings.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think because when you look at it from a critic's perspective, you're looking at like the actual content in the movie and like the meaning of the film, because maybe they're looking at it from more an artistic sense.
I don't know. Cause like every movie, like even movies that have its like debut or like their own solo, they don't have that high of like ratings. Just the audience are usually just been.
It just depends.
Yeah, it
The
really
Suicide Squad did well.
That's true. So the average of all these scores is 64.5%.
Hey, so I'm around the
No,
majority.
you're way too low.
You guys are
Go up.
8.5. I don't see that at all. What the fuck?
Hey, I told you I'm going with
It's a little
like,
too brain dead for me.
bro. I'm going in with not seeing the first one. Maybe if I see the first one, I could drop the score.
Now, before we jump into spoiler-filled review, I'd like to take a moment to ask you to like this video if you're watching on YouTube. Comment down in the chat or in the comment section what you guys think about Venom. And subscribe if you haven't already. It means the world to me.
And the Patreon.
Yeah, if you check out the Patreon too. Also, make sure to follow all these guys. Their links are in the description right now.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna actually stream
No,
this.
don't lie.
today.
Don't lie.
I'm
Don't
gonna
lie.
stream
Stop
today.
lying.
One more thing to say is part of my review comes specifically from the end credit scene.
Ooh.
Okay, that's
We'll save
all
that.
right. That's
Wait.
That's
Here's
bullshit.
something. This is like for. I don't know if this goes in the spoiler free, but did you guys watch any like the TV shows with Spider-Man?
1994 series.
Like the how because they do a couple episodes with Venom and Carnage, don't they?
Yeah, 1994
Yeah,
has like
we
an
can save
entire
those.
season for it.
We are also on every podcast platform.
are we on LinkedIn?
God damn it.
We are
Every
most
time.
of the podcast platforms.
I didn't see you on Samsung. Samsung.
So
Plus
listen to us
over here.
anytime, anywhere. Now let's get into the spoiler-filled discussion.
Aleksey. Your face. It's a good meme
What
face right now.
face?
That's the point.
Let's take an in-depth review of Venom. Let there be carnage. So, any certain scenes or moments you guys want to talk about in this movie?
The suicide scene. Honestly,
The suicide
what?
scene?
yeah. Remember when he was he was just driving super fast in his motorcycle?
Oh,
and he was
yes,
about to
yes,
kill
yes.
himself?
Oh, right.
He's still taking that breakup really hard. Like, this
Yeah, I
dude
feel
was
like he
whipped.
was whining too much about it. I don't know.
To be fair, it was kind of cruel what she did to him there. Like, she called him out, knowing that he's still in love with her. And said, boom, I'm getting married. It's like, oh, that's what she called me
Well,
out here
they
for.
do have a strange relationship where they're trying to be friends. So,
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
You gotta like tell each other everything, but at the same time, yeah, it is
It's
quite
cruel.
painful.
Did they say how long it took taking place?
I'm gonna say it's been less than a year because they're still investigating him pretty close.
Yeah, I didn't catch the detail of how long it's been, but it does seem like
it's crazy that she's already getting fucking married.
Yeah,
you're the only person that should know. You're the only one who's seen Venom recently.
I'm talking about Venom 2.
Yeah, but you've seen Venom 2 and
them.
Venom, so you could.
I guess it's been less than a year.
No,
Yeah,
but
maybe.
I'm saying how long did
Cinematically.
Venom 2, in universe.
Yeah, I'm trying to point out that you're only one that recently watched Venom.
What does it have to
Alright,
do?
moving on.
Right. Let's
Moving
continue on. Yeah, I also want to talk about the scene where Venom and Eddie Brock split up. Finally fed up with living with each other, Eddie and Venom no longer wish to share a body. Venom throws a violent temper tantrum and leaves into the city. Once arriving at a party, which is what Jesus is dressed as, we are able to see a vulnerable side of Venom. He just wants to be accepted by someone, more specifically Eddie. I didn't expect this from this film, so I thought it was really cool because it was like a more vulnerable side of Venom that you never really see in any media.
Yeah, because this is, I don't know if Venom is like this in any comics or anything like this, so I don't know. But Venom would never normally do this. He would just take over Eddie's body and just go on a rampage. Mm-hmm. That is what Venom does. If Venom doesn't get his way, basically, he will do anything to get his way.
He technically did kill at least
a bad
5
guy.
fucking people.
Yeah, when he was swapping bodies.
Yes, but he is still technically a bad guy.
Didn't he kill their bodies because he didn't eat? Wasn't that
It's because they couldn't contain him.
No,
They're
it's
not the
because
perfect hosts.
According to the first movie, it like eats away at their internal organs.
They need to.
How is Eddie alive?
Because he's a suitable host. They need the way symbiote works is this: they test you, and if you are a suitable fit for it, they will thrive.
Just watch the first movie, too.
Basically, you got to be a perfect match. Otherwise, you're dead.
That's what I was gonna the question I had earlier was about the what's the difference between the red symbiote and the black one?
Right.
That's also a really stupid part of the movie
Because
where Woody Harrelson just bites
Eddie Brock.
He just bites Eddie,
and then he gets the red
that's
one.
how he gets it.
Yeah,
that makes no sense.
That's also a question I had about the film because I don't really understand the symbiote suits, at least the red one, very well like that either. So I don't know if that's actually how it goes down in the comics, but it seems like a very strange.
In a way, like it sort of makes sense because the way he gave birth to Carnage, because it's a part of Venom, and then it probably mutated with the blood of Brock, and then passed it on to Woody Harrelson, and it obviously just kept on growing inside of him, and. That's about as much as I know there.
So, yeah, it was.
I heard that
confusing.
it's not the same in the comics. I think
Okay.
it's just another alien like Riot was in
Oh.
the first movie.
So
No.
is the
where
black one
where it's a bunch of
stronger?
different symbiotes that fall from
there is
spaceship or whatever.
There is a ranking system to the symbiotes. Obviously, the red ones, obviously based on how
Venom
reacted, are very bloodthirsty and all that, very ruthless, and yeah. So there's definitely a ranking system there. But Venom himself is not stronger, I would say.
Because that's what
He's got a lot of plot armor.
Yeah.
I was questioning that. I was like, man, does that mean the red one's way stronger than
Yes.
the black one?
I think they just kind of glossed over a lot of details in this movie just to make a quick
Quick buck?
not a quick buck, a quick film.
Yeah.
I don't know how Carnage was stronger when he barely existed for 2 days,
That's what kind of made me
and
upset.
Venom was already
That's not how
scared of
symbiotes
him.
work.
It kind of made me
How did he get battle training? Is it
Because
just
it was a part
instinct?
of Venom. Yes, it's also instinct.
They have a collective hive mindset.
Yes, there we
Does
go.
so you know how at the end of the movie when Venom
Wanted to show.
defeats Carnage and he eats him,
yeah.
does that mean
Did
he
it-
gets stronger?
Yeah, they didn't explain how Carnage can just eat someone and then he powers up and he gets a different
it's a hive
form.
mind. That's why all the symbiotes are weak to the same thing, sound and fire, because they are all weak to that.
But how does he get it? How does he turn into maximum Carnage?
Good question.
Why?
See, look at there's a lot of plot holes to this second movie.
Why
that-
can't Venom power up?
And unfortunately,
Because he's not been eating anything.
And there's not going to be another
But in the
movie to
first
explain it either.
movie, he ate people and he didn't power up. He didn't have a different form. And he ate Woody Harrelson. He didn't power up.
Maybe that's a side effect of
Is that
the
that
red.
Yeah, or say, is that just part of the red suit?
Carnage.
Maybe
Why?
that's a side.
that's a Carnage thing,
That's
probably.
why. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like that's why I had so many questions.
But
with
Venom
that.
does
Once
have
they
a
show
maximum
that-
Venom outfit.
Like once they show him that he powers up, I'm like, wait, how does he work? How was this able to come to life? Like,
Unfortunately, my knowledge of the symbiotes isn't very extensive.
Mine's
so I
not that high either.
yeah, I was
so
kind
I
of
can't
relying.
answer these comic book
I was
questions.
extremely relying on Aleksey. He let me down right here.
And I think that after credit scene, I think it's bullshit for Aleksey to give it extra brownie points just because of it. Because if this movie was like the worst fucking piece of shit in the world, but
I'd give it a 5 at least for that
but it
scene.
had that stupid scene in it, then you'd be like, oh yeah, it's clearly a fucking 8.
No, I'd give it a 5 just for that. If it was a really bad movie, but they had that scene to connect everything, I would give it a 5.
So just because the end cutscene, you
All right,
increase it.
let's talk specifically the end cutscene then. So, Venom. So after finally defeating Carnage, Venom and Eddie retreat into what is like an island paradise sort of thing, vacation.
They
Paradise.
smash cut into it too.
Wait, how did they get there?
How'd they get
Exactly.
there?
Yeah,
They
who
just,
the fuck knows?
they just got there.
Yeah, no, because they don't show a boat. They don't show a
Yo,
plane.
Venom is super fast, and he can. I don't
They
know.
just, they,
Well,
you just
anyways.
take over Eddie's
Anyways,
body
right.
and just start swimming across the ocean.
After wanting to see part of the collective mindset that Venom has that we were talking about, Eddie requests Venom to show him some, and they're suddenly transported into the MCU universe.
Well, I don't think it's because of that. I think it was just like coincidence.
Yeah, it was
or whatever.
coincidentally happening. You're right. But yeah, it was such a strange twist I wasn't expecting for them to actually put in like Marvel Studios with the Sony movies working together.
You want to know one thing about this, though?
What?
What?
Is he's got transported before Doctor Strange did his thing, because if Doctor Strange did his thing, no one knows who Spider-Man is at that point, but they clearly had it on TV saying who Spider-Man was. So this was before Doctor Strange did his thing.
So you
in the
think this
trailer.
is the work of somebody else?
I'm thinking this is the work of something totally different, because how else did he appear there?
You don't think it's Doctor Strange like teleporting him there?
Based on
Either
just
that or it's a
scene.
continuity error.
It might be, yeah.
Does Venom take place after Endgame?
Venom. It used to be. It used to be
Or is it
its
during?
own thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't part of the
it wasn't-
MCU
yes.
at all.
Oh,
So
So
is their
this
way to
scene made it part of that universe.
because
now.
I'm thinking because you know how the time stone is technically alive.
Totally different things.
So okay.
Yeah, this is a different multiverse.
Okay,
So
I'm just trying to ask some simple questions.
maybe Thanos doesn't even
Maybe you should have
exist
saw
in
the
the
first
Venom.
one.
But the cool thing is, by doing this, Sony basically secured Tom Holland as Spider-Man into their own universe. So I really like that. Because the MCU Spider-Man is basically done after this movie, okay?
Yeah.
And so now Sony will have Spider-Man, and they can keep working with him.
I think they're gonna recast
I'm-
Spider-Man. Is my guess.
I just I'm still worried because like Sony sometimes has bad.
It's hit or miss,
directors.
They have
And,
a bad record with Spider-Man.
writers. Amazing Spider-Man kind of sucked.
I liked.
I enjoyed the
parts of
character.
it.
I don't
Yeah.
like Andrew Garfield.
Really?
I
Is
liked
that,
him. I thought
the
he did
movie
pretty
that
good.
was in between? That has
I liked
just
Andrew.
this one single.
His
right?
first suit was amazing. His second one not as
Yeah,
amazing
he
as
was.
the first.
I give it to the argument that he's not a good Peter Parker, but he's a great Spider-Man.
Yes. I agree.
But yeah, let's talk about some other scenes then. I want to talk about the scene where Carnage was wreaking havoc. Once Cletus is put to death, Carnage awakens to save his new host. An epic breakout scene begins where Carnage murders prisoner guards, bystanders, and even breaks his fiancee Frances out of prison. Up until this point, we had only seen Venom in the first film causing this much damage to people, but now we get to see like a symbiote who refuses to hold back paired with a serial killer. So I thought it was pretty intense that we finally got like a bunch of action in this film series.
But sadly, like Carnage doesn't really get much
Screen time?
Like, no, he gets screen time, but he doesn't fight Venom very much.
Never. Well, that's because of all the sound that was being made.
It wasn't
No, but
interesting.
I'm saying he gets one scene with Venom,
He gets a one
fight scene with him.
like 10,
Carnage-
15 minute scene with just fights.
Mm-hmm.
And Carnage gets like 3-4 fight scenes.
I think they were trying to
fighting
show us-
random fucking dudes.
Well,
It's-
I think-
like he's fighting the police and he's fighting like.
I think it's because, like they said, this movie was just to show how Eddie and Carnage are getting together.
Yeah, that's
like,
my
they're
problem with it.
Well, this also is
showed
them
too
probably trying to
much.
establish Carnage as this ruthless killer. And so by showing all those shots,
This
all those
ruthless
fight
killer
scenes-
that's already gone.
How long does it take?
Yeah, why would they establish him when he's fucking gone already?
How long does it take for the symbiote to come to life?
I have no idea. Yeah, it just
It's-
timed
it's-
perfectly. Well,
but-
it wanted to save his host, so otherwise he would not be able to.
Well, because
survive.
he was already alive when Memmy picked up the blood and started
Yeah.
going live, and he's like, he just eats it. I'm like, what? Is that how it takes over the body? He just
I have
consumes
no
it?
idea, dude. Maybe.
Yeah, that seems like really, really fucking like a big problem in the movie. Like, if he just gets a paper cut, does that mean he just creates another fucking symbiote that some random asshole could
They
just
can
eat?
have, yeah.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a plot.
Is that how he like expands? Like that's how symbiotes expand.
Venom would heal that cut really fast. The only
Because-
reason why Venom couldn't do anything about this is because,
He bit him.
yeah, he bit him, and so he got the blood on him right
But
away.
that's what That's what Jesus is trying to say. Like he gets a paper cut because blood comes out then.
And what happens when Venom
Venom would
leaves-
heal that before that happened.
When Venom just leaves his body, does his blood just become back to normal? What?
See, there's a
I think we're going too deep there.
Oh, good question.
I think you're going too deep into that part
Well,
there.
because they set up these questions like that they don't really have any fucking answers
Well,
to.
I bet they do. We just don't read the
Like they could
comics
have
too
they
much.
could have just fucking explained it away with like, oh, this random government just had
There wasn't
Carnage
any
and
scientists.
I do want to talk about my favorite moment in the movie too, though. Because the next part is gonna be me hating on it. So now I'm gonna talk about my favorite moment before getting into that, which is probably like more of one of like least important scenes, but it's just Cletus driving the convertible. I really like Cletus's outfits in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
He has got such a cool style, and so when
that he just stole
You
off
like
some
the Hawaiian.
asshole.
when he steals that convertible, I wasn't expecting like this sort of car chase scene, because normally in a car chase scene or a high speed chasings like in Fast and Furious, you get like these drone shots or these street shots of this car like driving quickly through these roads.
It reminded me of like Bonnie and Clyde.
Like a series, like the TV series or something.
No, the
Oh,
the
him and his
movie.
partner, yeah.
It reminded me of Bonnie and Clyde because they're in this old car and they're escaping
Yeah.
the police.
I like the cinematography of this because we got, when they put the camera in the car, it was like all chaotic and shaky, like exactly like how it would be if you were in the passenger seat. Like it wouldn't just be a smooth like Fast and Furious. Oh, I'm driving 90 miles an hour on this road, but everything's smooth. It's like all bumpy and jumpy and stuff. I really like that about this. I don't know. That was just a small detail that I really enjoyed.
For some reason, a scene that I enjoyed in the second movie was when the ex-wife gets has the control of Venom. I thought that was pretty dope.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she does that in the first one
I
too.
for a second
does?
thought she was about to French him again.
I don't know. I thought that was pretty cool. She
Yeah,
breaks
she
him
was
out.
carrying him.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
It was a really interesting dynamic to see like her, because Eddie was basically apologizing to the both of them, to both the
Yeah, I didn't like that scene very much.
The girl and
I did
Venom.
not like that.
You didn't like that forced apology scene?
Yeah, I did not. That was so.
Well-
I cringed at it.
Well,
Why?
Venom accepted
Explain
it.
why.
Because it was like him telling her as well, and I didn't like that. Like, why does he have to apologize to her as well?
Why?
Because he was mean. He was keeping secrets from her.
it was
Why? Who cares?
he does because he's still in love with her.
Yeah.
That's his problem.
What was your favorite moment then?
It's actually towards the end, not the very end, because those are awful scenes.
Yeah,
but,
we'll talk about that.
It was when Carnage was going up on top of the cathedral,
Oh.
and that was really awesome. How he was transforming the
Yeah,
entire cathedral with his
Yeah, well,
skin.
I got it right here in my notes. I can
That was really
emphasize
cool.
it. So yeah, let me find that.
Wait, what scene?
So in the Battle of the Cathedral, Carnage and Venom were going all out, and then Carnage rises above in front of this stainless steel painting, where he's like got these tentacles spurting out of him. And normally in a church, that's like supposed to be a saint, like
Stainless
holy.
steel?
Huh? Stainless steel?
Oh,
Yeah,
stained glass.
Stained glass. I said stainless steel. Whoops. Stained glass. Yeah. So normally it's supposed to be like a saint with like holy rays emanating from him. He's like all angelic, like ah.
Yeah, it's a cool shot.
Except this time, yeah, it was like an antichrist because Carnage had like tentacles and he was all like red and bloody and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was a really cool like cinematography moment. Cool, like it could be like a comic book shot.
Definitely, I agree with that.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. What was your favorite scene? Jesus, if you
I don't
had
think
one.
I don't think he has one. Yeah.
If you did have one, you don't have to have one. But
I mean, I like the scene where he's like arguing with Eddie about wanting to eat humans and shit.
He's like, no,
And
you
how-
gotta eat chickens.
Yeah,
I like how those chickens stayed consistent the whole movie. Like they were still at the park at the end where they
Eddie-
left them off.
I'm gonna say this. I don't know if it's still recording the audio.
Uh
Did it go black and back normal?
Yeah, but
Then
not.
you're fine.
But it also showing the audio symbol
You're
crossed
fine.
off.
oh. That's for the desktop, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, if it says desktop,
Well, usually it shows like the sign, like the thing going up and down for the
Okay.
audio catching, and it's
you should be fine.
okay.
I
hopefully we
mean,
can- I also have
you
this.
could ask me.
I also have a backup going right now, just
Okay.
in case.
Oh, okay.
So maybe the live version won't be good, but the pre-recorded version.
everyone's just watching our mouths move. They're like, "Wow, what are they saying?" Let's put on the
That would
subtitles.
suck.
Click.
Yeah, I'll text May too. What was your guy? Meanwhile, you guys talk about what your least favorite.
Shriek's the worst. Shriek, that part where Shriek is fighting the cop guy. Oh my god, I forgot the cop guy's even the.
Oh yeah!
Oh my god! Oh yeah, the cop. The cop who
He was
shot
such an
her eye.
essential role. He was kind of a critical role too in this movie.
He's not, we haven't even talked about
He
him
was so
once.
forgettable.
I didn't like him at all. Shriek also was kind of boring. I get she was sort of important. to
Dude,
the
you're
plot 'cause of
taking
the sound.
my spotlight. I'm
Sorry.
trying to talk about the worst scene.
Go ahead. Go
Wait,
ahead. Go
what
ahead.
was your favorite? Oh, the chicken scene.
I
Okay,
get.
yeah,
So Shriek sucks. Her acting wasn't great. She's just has this obsession, with Cletus or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Even though in
That's
the
it.
time that they were like
Together.
away, like he could have been a different person or whatever. But
Yeah, it was like what, 20 years they were away from
yeah,
each
it was a
other.
long
He was
fucking
still a
time.
psycho.
They're both psychos, but I see what he's saying though. She did have like one tone the whole
But
movie.
the specific scene was at the church where he's fighting off the police officer, and then she shrieks in his face or whatever.
Yep.
For some reason, he doesn't die.
Yeah, that's weird.
They don't explain how her power or whatever transferred to him. They never set it up. There
Is
wasn't
that what
even an
happened?
inkling.
Yeah, so he got me and Jesus were talking about it before you guys came over, but basically, Shriek also had a symbiote, correct? Like it was like the blue symbiote or whatever.
I was
don't
looking
think
into it. I don't think she's an actual symbiote.
No.
She might just be like a mutant or
But
I
something.
think she's just a mutant.
But basically, she transferred whatever it was that she had to the cop because he had the blue eyes at the end of the movie when they were carrying him away.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
That's what, I was wondering what that was.
Yeah, they didn't set it up for any like they didn't
He-
explain why
He's
it
probably going to be in
works.
the new Spider-Man movie.
Because she's clearly killed other people by doing the same shit,
Mm-hmm.
or at least
Yeah.
hurt them, but they didn't get any powers.
For some reason, yeah, they had some sort of
Yeah,
connection.
I did
with-
not like that entire fight scene.
Yes,
either.
that whole church scene
How did
was
the cop
a
get it?
disaster.
you didn't like the one scene with Venom and Carnage fighting.
Yeah, exactly. The pivotal point of the movie.
Wait,
Sucked.
how did the cop get it?
That's what
We
I
Well, that's
don't
what
know.
we don't know. That's why it sucks.
He just-
That's why
he
that
just-
part
He
sucks.
didn't bite her. He didn't get any
No.
blood in him.
No.
He just...
We don't
just-
know.
he
It
just
doesn't- it's
shrieked
not
in
He
front of
explained
his
at all.
face.
overthrown him, and he's just like getting hung, and he's like, okay, and then lets it go, and then he falls. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's stupid.
What?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That whole ending felt rushed. I thought the last moments especially when Venom gave up his battle was a little unnecessary. Like I know they were supposed to show that Cletus and Carnage were out of sync while Eddie and Venom were, but I don't know. They just felt like extremely cheesy, and it took me out of the movie. Like, oh, I can't do it. But look, Venom, we're in sync and they're not. We can win this together with the power of friendship.
They
Oh
were
my
in
god,
sync.
it became a cartoon right there.
You can't have Carnage.
Anything.
Okay, they may have been in sync, but even when they got up, they were still hurt as hell. He was limping all the way up to
We-
the
we-
top of that church.
How
We
did
can't
Venom
have too
not
much
die?
carnage in this movie. Oh, you know that stupid scene where Woody Harrelson literally says the title of the movie? He just says, "Let there be carnage." It was so
I was like, oh,
fucking
they said it.
corny.
Bro, wait, how did
whole
Venom
movie
not
was just
die?
full
Now that
of-
I think about it.
He
in the
literally
end,
should have said. He should have said, this is Venom. Let there be Carnage."
I kind of appreciated that at the same time though, because those moments were like so cheesy that it was like sort of funny. I was like, yeah, where he's like, they kept doing that constantly throughout the film, where he would say something and it would pan out to something else. You know, some like cheesy serious thing, and they would switch scenes in the middle of a sentence, and I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to set up an atmosphere of seriousness, but it's
I
just
literally can't remember many of the scenes where that cop was present.
The interrogation office.
He's not a very good interrogator. He's trash.
I say he was in the interrogation office when he goes sees if she's still in prison. That
Yeah.
he didn't know that she was still alive. My scene that I really dislike is how the fact that Carnage was able to access the internet. That's not possible.
Yeah, he was able to
Yeah,
slip
'cause he
his.
just
I
put his
forgot
freaking
about that.
hand in the freaking motherboard or computer. He's like, now you can hack into the internet.
Here's the mainframe.
How? How are you able to do that? That's not physically possible.
I don't know. Yeah,
He's
that is
a-
a little strange.
It was very
That
strange.
made no sense.
It doesn't make
Powers.
sense.
Dude, no, he had no powers to do that though.
Even
Yeah.
if he's an alien and they have advanced
Yeah, no,
technology, that
shut-
still doesn't explain
because
how he
no-
has the technology in his fingers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shove that powers excuse up your ass. When I see-
It was a joke excuse, okay? Well, it wasn't meant to be taken
Well,
seriously.
I can't see your face, so I can't tell if
Bro,
you're
but
being serious.
like to be honest, it's the only thing that made the whole movie, like everything, okay, that makes sense, that's right. But then when he's like, he cuts his fingers into the computer, he's like, now I can access the internet.
Yeah.
Let me go to
God.
the freaking police database.
I don't even remember
And
what
he
they're
has the
searching up.
access code too.
It's a very
to
cliche
log
scene.
in. I'm like, what the heck is
Cliche.
this?
Yeah, you see, like when you see movies that need hacking, and then people have have to have powers or
But
something.
it's usually not something organic that they
Okay.
fucking
Yeah,
shove
he
in
just
the
slipped
computer.
his fingers
Yeah,
into the
like,
side.
and then he's like, now you can hack the database, and just clicks in.
I'm in.
Yeah, I'm in. What do you want me to look up? Well, find my wife that I haven't seen in 20 years and see if she's alive. Oh my God, she's alive in a prison cell.
Oh my god.
that was a very funny scene though.
Bro, and the thing that blew my mind is the fact that police officer did not know that. He was a detective.
Oh,
he
right.
grew up in rank.
It was just covered up that well, I guess.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
See, like, there's so many things that did not make sense when you think about
It's
it.
almost like this movie's a 5.
The funny thing is about this movie. The funny thing is, the moment he did that, they pan to the holding cell, and then they say, "There's no way he's gonna find you." And then the next moment later, he's
like,
right
"Oh."
behind her or in
Yeah.
front of her.
That,
Like,
that was
hi.
a pretty cool scene. I did like that.
Well, no, wasn't he?
It was funny,
Wasn't he
but-
in the actual location already, like inside?
Yeah, he was already in the cell with
The
her.
only thing is that Carnage used his like tentacle and choked her to death.
Yeah.
I feel like that was super rushed too, though, because it was literally like he looks up the computer and then it smash cuts to him already
Yeah,
there.
there was
It is
no
an hour and 30
transition
minutes,
scene, yeah.
so-
Yeah, it's probably like they could have extended it a little bit.
See, there's so many things to this
Like,
movie
isn't
now that I
90
think
minutes
about.
literally like the minimum requirement for a studio film?
We
That's
needed
also
an
to say
extended-
10
we
minutes
needed
of credits.
an
They did the
extended cut.
bare fucking minimum.
Oh, actually, no. Baby Shark is an hour and 22 minutes.
We need the director's cut of this film.
For real. Like, there's so many things that it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's 5 minutes.
What is you guys' final ratings for this film?
It's a
I'll
5.
bring it down to a 7.
I'm bringing it down. Yeah, I'm probably going to bring it down to a 7 now.
Okay, I'll also bring it down to a 7.
It's a 5.
It's a 5.
I said 5.5. It's a 5.
It was fun, but if you do think about it too much, it falls apart.
Yeah,
Yes.
because there's so many plot holes in this movie, and it just doesn't make sense now.
All right, let's read some online reviews. This IMDb audience member gave it a 6 out of 10, saying, I enjoyed the film while watching it in the theater. It certainly has some entertaining action and some funny moments, but it's just an average movie. A movie for watching with a group of friends or family, but nothing special. What do you guys think about
That's
that?
facts. That's
Yeah.
100% facts, to be
Big
honest.
facts. What was the score again?
6 out of 10. Roughly what you gave it.
Interesting.
But it does feel like that. If we all just wanted to watch it,
Yeah.
it'd just be something we watch together as a fun thing.
Yeah,
Like
like a group hangout.
Oh,
sort of
it
thing.
also doesn't help that my viewing experience is pretty bad.
Yes,
Oh,
it is.
you want to tell
Oh,
us about it?
So Emily and I were like watching the movie in 3D, right?
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, the 3D was kind of ass, but the people that were, I probably should have picked better seats because we were in front of these two fucking nerds behind us, these two fucking asshole nerds who just literally didn't have like any like respect for anyone around them.
Were they just talking most of the time?
No, but like they kept like shoving their knees into the chairs and shit, and like one of them like kept getting up or something, I think.
What the fuck?
And like just the snacks that they like, movie snacks are always fucking loud.
Crunch.
They're
crunch.
always loud.
Yeah.
But this motherfucker was like struggling with the plastic bag for like 5 minutes, like he doesn't have any fucking fingers.
Sometimes I wish movie theaters just gave you like a headset or something you can put over so you can just like.
That would actually not be bad.
Oh, and not to mention the whole fucking audience was like, they all seem like brain dead idiots.
Oh, they were all laughing at every joke in the movie?
No, it seemed like the lowest common denominator. Like none of them seemed like respectful for the theater.
Oh my God.
Because in front of us, a couple rows down, there was like this like kind of hick like couple, and like I don't know, they were just having an argument at some point.
What? During the movie?
It just sounds like you went to a very bad showtime.
But he always goes to bad showtime. That's strange.
I mean, it's always at North. It's always at GR.
I didn't see a single phone out during my experience.
Yeah, my
I didn't
experience was
see
good.
any phone out.
I think when me and you went, we just went to like the people who truly wanted to see the movie.
Yeah, those were all like the fans who wanted to watch the day of. They're like, I'm watching this.
Yeah, because
movie.
when I like the 9:20 showtime, whatever, man, that thing was packed.
Yeah,
I went at
it was
8:30.
full.
Or wait, I went at 8:10
Yeah,
I
think I went
for
to
the 3D showing.
Yeah, I went to like the 9, and it was just packed.
I would have
Oh my
assumed that
God.
people at the 3D showing would be like,
more respectful because they wanted to see it,
in 3D. Yeah.
Right.
especially because it costs more.
Yeah, but not as much as IMAX.
Really?
Really?
It's 15 something.
$15.25 for IMAX.
Oh, is it? I thought it was 17 something for
No,
IMAX.
when I bought it, like that the day.
Because I remember
I
Aleksey
spent $30.
bitching about his.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, last
two.
like, I think it varies.
If you get the
because
VIP
for
rewards,
Shang-Chi, it was like 17,
It's
18
free.
bucks or some
Yeah.
shit for Aleksey.
Yeah, but like Carnage is. I felt like Venom was probably higher paying movie than what the other movie that Aleksey seen.
It's an hour and 30 minutes. It's
No,
not gonna be
but
higher paid.
no. I like for budget, how much it costs.
Who
to
cares
make.
about the budget? Whatever.
All right, let's look at this next review. This Metacritic reviewer gave it an 85 out of 100. Venom, Let There Be Carnage is a bold and brisk superhero story, unlike any other mainstream Hollywood film in its genre. It crams a heck of a lot of movie into an hour and a half, but it doesn't feel like it needed to be longer. It just feels like we need more movies like it.
They use the word superhero here very loosely.
I think
the
They use a
Lethal
lot of things
Protector.
here very loosely.
I think he just enjoyed. I think he's
Yeah.
like a big Venom fan.
Venom constantly kept throwing out like, "Oh, we're the lethal protector. We're the lethal protector."
Maybe that should have
right?
been the title of the movie. Venom, the Lethal Protector.
Fact.
And then Carnage can say,
And also
"It's
Carnage.
time to fight the lethal protector."
Venom feels like a kid in this scene at times when he's trying to like play out a superhero.
Didn't they give Venom more of
And
a life
so
in this
he's
movie?
acting like
More
a
of a
kid.
life.
in it.
What
Yeah,
I mean-
they do dumb him down in this movie and make him
Well,
more.
they dumb him down, but at the same time, like he has his like smart moments, like when he's trying to look into Cletus Cassidy's past and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
he
solving
does
the
all that,
puzzles.
solving the puzzle and doing the crazy drawing. That was crazy.
At least
That
he
was a
didn't-
good scene.
Yeah, it was.
I did like it.
At least he didn't put his fingers into the computer and was able to access the internet. He actually typed with the computer,
He
bro.
searched Google it.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, this is what you gotta do." Click. click
Yeah, that
click,
why
click.
why the fuck did Venom type out his Google search, but Carnage didn't? Why couldn't Venom put his shove his
Yeah,
hand
that's
in the
what.
computer?
See, so
Because Venom is dumbed down.
That's
All right.
stupid.
This Rotten Tomato audience gave it a 4 out of
A guy
5.
who's been alive for 10 million years and was able to understand typing compared to a guy who's been alive for like 2 minutes. Oh, I only stick my finger into the computer.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
This Rotten Tomato audience gave it a 4 out of 5. Funny, but lacked a lot of action. More of a progression of the story between Brock and Venom. Fairly cheesy in parts, but overall a fun enough film.
Did they say it lacked action?
Yeah, they said they lacked a ton of action.
Yet he gave it a 4 out of 5.
This is what you're rating at Jesus.
A 4 out of 5?
No.
Oh wait.
Yeah, it's 4 out of 5. Yeah.
It had a lot of action. What is he talking about?
Heck?
It did have quite a bit of action. I just think that they wanted more action between Venom and Carnage.
Oh,
maybe.
okay, that I can
Yeah.
see.
It was like what 45 minutes of action. It felt like.
Probably
There was probably more action, but it was mostly just Carnage killing people more than it was actually fighting, like villains fighting each
It
other.
was the Venom breakup movie. It was the Notebook, but Venom edition.
Oh no! This Rotten Tomatoes critic gave it a rotten. The novelty factor is obviously no longer present, and director Andy Serkis doesn't do anything remarkable enough with the new story or characters to make things interesting.
He should have explained what he meant by that. instead of
Yeah,
just
I
saying-
mean, I don't really see an
like
issue.
I don't like the movie, but he should have expanded on what the fuck he was
For
talking
real.
about.
I enjoyed it, but I don't think anything new needed to be done too much. To
Also,
it.
Andy Serkis, isn't he like a famous actor?
I have no idea.
I
Pretty sure
can
he's a
check
famous actor.
I have it linked here, so I can open it in case.
And I'm
I need
pretty
to-
sure the director is different.
Yeah, he plays Caesar in Planet of the Apes.
Ah.
He's Gollum in Lord of the Rings. So he's got quite a few iconic.
Oh, he's
roles.
Gollum. That's what I
Yeah,
remember.
he's got quite a few iconic parts. He's gonna be Alfred in the new Batman movie.
Oh, that's cool. There's a new.
Interesting.
Oh yeah,
when
the
does
new
that
Batman.
new Batman movie come out? Or it's not. It's not.
Remember
Still,
There's
those
no
blue-
release date yet.
it's still. Yeah. It's still. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
still not posted.
All right, so before wait, I lost my spot here. Notes. All right, so let's. If you guys enjoyed this episode so far, check out our previous podcast. We upload new episodes weekly. Also, check out these guys on their social media links. Any help is greatly appreciated on the Patreon as well.
Most definitely.
I'll promise I'll stream Deltarune today.
We're back from our intermission. Now let's get into a spoiler-free review of Freaky.
I feel like I've gone cross-eyed after taking the mask off.
Freaky was released November 13th of 2020, starring Vince Vaughn and Catherine Newton, directed by Christopher Landon, and it's rated R. Plot summary. After swapping bodies with the deranged serial killer, a young girl in high school discovers she has less than 24 hours before the change becomes permanent. What are you guys' overall thoughts without getting into spoilers?
I thought you were gonna give us the what you expect before you
well,
watch.
before you watch, no.
What do you expect? What's your overall thoughts?
I thought it was gonna be Freaky Friday.
I haven't been doing that for the B movies, but
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect with this movie. Honestly, like
I never.
Oh my God,
is
yeah,
that
I should've
Andrew
watched the
Garfield?
trailer. Yeah, I should have just
What?
watched the
Shut up.
trailer real quick. I don't know. I didn't really have anything. I was just like, we gotta watch this, and I looked at it, and then when I was looking up, I was like, it's horror.
yeah, it's because like
And
if it's
basi-
already on streaming, I don't really have any thoughts for you guys to get into it before because like it's not like you guys seen trailers
So
for it in
if I'm like
theaters.
going based off the picture, I was so confused. Because when you go on Hulu and then you click on the movie before you start it, it shows like a picture of a teenage girl and then a
Yep.
tall guy. I'm like, what's going on?
So what was your thoughts without getting into spoilers though after having watched it though?
The actors did a really good job.
Yeah, they did. They sold me.
Yeah, I really liked the girl main character.
Yeah, dude, they were both epic.
She did a really good performance and just like acting.
Very convincing, yeah.
Yeah, to the point where I couldn't tell.
And the dude too, obviously.
Mhm.
I miss seeing him on the big screen.
Vince Vaughn, yeah.
What other movies did that guy
He was
do?
in Wedding Crashers with Owen Wilson, if you remember that movie. I think he was in.
Didn't he do a movie with who's it? Adam Sandler? No.
I gotta
Yeah,
double
Adam Sandler.
check. He's done quite a few movies.
So-
Wedding Crashers.
I felt like he's been in such big movies. I just can't remember what he's done all the way though.
Yeah,
Like, he
there's
looks
a
so
little bit
familiar.
of older movies for us in terms of us though.
But yeah,
The
I,
concept was fun.
He's a
the concept
producer.
was really fun. Like we've all seen Freaky Friday, or at least most of us have. I don't know if you guys have.
I think I've had.
I think I have.
Yeah,
but-
we all know at least the general story of Freaky Friday.
So it's a
This
nice
one's so
twist on
weird.
that, and that's fun.
Yeah.
This one's weird with their
Even
Freaky Friday.
after watching the movie, I thought it was an okay movie. It was just a fun movie to watch. You can just watch it anytime you want,
Yeah.
and it can be a rewatchable movie just like once every couple months or so.
This one,
Yeah, I definitely rewatched this.
This
At least
one's-
during Halloween season.
Yeah,
and shit
exactly.
like that.
Mhm.
So this one was better than the other two movies I watched. The two other horror.
Oh
movies
yeah,
I
we'll get
watched.
into the other movies you
Uh,
watched. I thought it was full of action and shock, but at the same time, what I love about the movie is it doesn't take itself seriously.
Mhm.
Like it's full of funny jokes and goofy moments, even with all these like violent scenes.
It has really cool like deaths, or,
Mhm.
like really cool like gore.
Yeah, that's another thing I wasn't expecting from it either. I'm like, oh, this is just gonna be like a generic slasher film with some comedy. The first time I ever watched it, and then I'm like, whoa, this is got
is-
some
yeah, I
intense
know.
stuff.
Does specific
Deaths.
looks of death is that a spoiler?
No,
Um,
you can talk about
Okay,
it.
like that scene with the bottle where they put it down
Oh,
the throat and then
Yeah,
they crush
Okay.
it.
okay, I see what you're talking about.
That thing was super sick.
We'll get more into specific about that. Yeah,
you're gonna have
dude,
to
that
wait
was
a little
insane.
bit. Just a little bit. We're almost there.
I didn't say who.
Okay, so yeah, both actors played their roles very well, and I thought it was really interesting to see like this teenage girl as a serial killer. It's like a new twist on the classic trope about the middle-aged man being the
Wait,
serial killer.
and
When does
having
movie
to-
come out?
Huh?
2020.
Yeah, it came out last year.
What?
Yeah.
Came out last year.
Why?
I don't know. It just feels like it was an older movie than that.
No, it's relatively new. It
well-
just went under the radar because of the pandemic that happened.
Because I thought it was like a 2016, 2017.
No, it's
Mm.
But like it's
we're
still
new.
like it's still newish, but not like old, like that
Yeah.
old. Like, that's
Came out
not,
last year. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
it's
weird.
pretty new. It's a new dynamic on films that I hope gets explored more.
Yeah, it's interesting because you can see like how frail she is compared
Yeah.
to
The
like
guy.
the guy.
Yeah.
And yet she still manages to
So
do some interesting stuff. So, what are you guys' ratings out of 10?
it's a 7.
6.5.
7.
I really enjoyed it. I'm giving it a 9. 9
Really?
out of 10.
I respect it.
I like it for what it is, and it's just a silly slasher movie.
I
that you
might
can
bump it
enjoy.
up after we speak about it though.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go
It's
7.5
good.
now that I think about it.
So.
Not-
The critics from Metascore gave it a 67. Meanwhile, the critics from Tomato Meter gave it an 83%. The audience on IMDb gave it a 6.4, and the Rotten Tomato audience gave it an 80%. So the average for all these scores is 73.5.
So roughly what me and Jesus are around.
Yeah, it's on the 7 mark, 7 out of 10.
It's enjoyable though
Mhm.
when you think about
It's a good movie.
Like
fun.
just rewatching it more than once, it seems like that.
There's obviously a little dated stuff like when just like the hashtag thing
Yeah.
in that one car scene.
Yeah, well, they're,
Wait, Jesus, wait.
but I mean, I think
How's
that's
that a spoiler?
I
Alright,
think
just-
that
Spoiler.
Moving on.
Yeah, I think that's just an issue with most movies these days because, like, they're trying to be relevant, but at the same time, when you do that, it gets dated after a few years.
Hashtag movie.
But
You're
yeah,
spoiling the movie.
no, before we jump into the spoiler-filled review, I'd like to ask you to like, comment, subscribe, what you guys think about the movie, stuff like that. Check out
Smash.
these guys on their social media, all that good stuff that I've done like 3 times
Smash
already.
that like button.
Smash that like. Now let's get into the spoiler-filled discussion. All right, let's take an in-depth review of Freaky. Any certain scenes or moments you guys want to talk about?
This the scene where they introduce like the bully girl.
Oh.
She's such a fake person, and I hated her so much.
The one that gets frozen in the
Yes,
freezer?
I hated her so much. She is so fake.
I think that's her point.
I get that that's the point, but they
But what
played the
about
part
it?
so
What-
well. It
what
just
about the
bothered
scene?
me. It just annoyed me.
Oh,
it just bothered me so much. Like, why?
How she was
Do they-
trashing the main character's
Yeah.
outfit and then...
Well, that and then the death scene when they find out about death and how she's like hashtag miss.
Oh,
This
yeah.
person is like, wow, she's so fake. She was literally trash talking to him like the day before.
Well, I
pretty
think it was
much
like a week or 4 or something
Well,
like that.
yeah, but I
It's
get
still
that that's what
messed
they
up.
were going for, but that's still like, I hate to see it, you know?
something
Sometimes I
that
hate to see
I
it.
hate to see it.
that was a little weird was shit. I kind of already lost track of it. Oh, no, it's gone.
All
It's
right.
gone.
We'll come back to it.
For me, like the fact the when it cuts like starts off, they kill him killing everyone.
Oh, in the beginning
house.
scenes?
Yeah, the beginning scene. Like,
Yes.
I didn't like how the knife stood out. Like to like
Stood
the
out?
like the fact that the knife like hey.
It was in a glass case.
Well, no,
Oh.
the fact the guy just like I'm gonna take this knife, just like because it was talking to him. Like, how did the knife do that?
The knife is
I don't-
magical.
Did it actually tell him that? Because I don't know.
Yeah, that's why he walked. Like it started glowing. He looked over. He's like, it didn't
He's
show
like,
that it
I'll
took
take
it.
it.
Yeah, it didn't
Well-
show it because it panned out to the parents getting home.
Yeah, I
and
think
he was
that's
gone.
I think that's just a scene where like they need to set up this magical knife somehow. I think that was the best way they could go about it.
I remember now. So it was a little weird that everyone basically in the main character's life was kind of like an asshole to her.
Yeah.
Like
The
specifically
mom.
that fucking wood shop.
Oh my god, I hate
teacher.
it so much.
Like
Bro.
you,
I think this movie does really good at making you hate the characters though, because you're normally
Great
supposed to be feel pity for these victims, and yet you're like, I'm kind of glad
but
they
like,
died.
yeah, but specifically that teacher, it was like unrealistically like brutal against her.
They made. I'm not gonna lie. They made like the guy made the girl seem like, hey, come and touch me.
Yeah, it was weird that he was getting into it. Like he was like he was trying to be very feminine at points.
You talking about the main character?
Vince Vaughn, the butcher.
Vince Vaughn, when he's playing as the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like. it's
Well,
just-
I think it's just hard to pull off trying to play a teenage girl. And
Jack Black could do it.
Man. Yeah, Jack Black could do it. So I think Vince Vaughn did pretty good in it
No,
too.
he did pretty good. Like I said, I was.
No, I'm talking about the
earlier.
opposite dynamic
Oh, when he was
it's
in the
in the girl.
girl's body.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Where he's like being very sexual.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
Well, maybe because he's a guy, so he knows.
He was
what,
he was trying to take advantage of the frail body because he no longer had the strength of what they're portraying him as, like some 7 foot tall giant.
Yeah,
Is he tall,
insane
though?
strength. Huh?
Isn't it Vince tall?
Like he's probably
The
tall,
actor?
but,
Yeah,
like,
he's a tall guy.
still.
But I'm talking about as the girl.
But as the girl, he had to make up for his weaknesses, and so he used
His
his
looks.
Psychology and
yeah.
stuff.
I'm
Yeah.
already getting kind of vibes that this conversation is going to be really hard to get across since
Yeah.
they're different characters at
Yeah,
points.
it's gonna be. Well, that's gonna be a big problem.
Well, we'll talk about when the Vince is in the girl as Butcher Girl,
Yeah, that makes sense. Butcher
and then
Girl,
and then we'll talk Millie guy when
Millie guy.
when
Yeah,
she's
Millie
in
guy.
that
Well, yeah, 'cause
when
she's
she's
a
in that
guy.
guy. There you go. So yeah, I also want to talk about the opening murder scenes. It sets up the small lore, like me and Javier were talking about, as best as it can, because this is still at heart like a cheesy body swapping movie. So that's as basic as you can get with the plot of it.
yeah.
Also, it lets you know through the opening scenes that the violence is gonna be kind of brutal in this slasher film, which I wasn't expecting. I was taken back, like when you're talking about the jar scene or the wine glass in the
the
throat.
wine down the throat,
Yeah.
smashes it.
I was like, what
Whoa.
the?
That was
Like,
super cool.
You could actually see like cutting through his throat, and I was like, what? I did not expect that. I don't even know how they pulled that off.
Yeah, they do a good job with the gore.
I'm sorry, I totally blanked out for a minute.
He was in the Matrix.
He's too busy being Andrew
What,
Garfield.
so the thing.
I see it.
Another thing is like, where did he go for 20 years?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because he was just like, 20 years ago, people were dying.
And how come
during-
he only strikes on Homecoming? That
And
is,
during Homecoming.
Maybe
and
he
then
had a
just,
very bad
And
experience.
then he
in
had a
Homecoming.
mask on for a little bit, and then he gets rid of it.
Yeah.
then he's just like, boom, disappears. I'm like, where did he go for 20 years? Is
Yeah.
that the same
And
guy?
how do people know what he looks like?
Yeah, is that the same guy that was doing it 20 years ago? Or is that
Because-
just someone who just, hey, I like what he did. Bam.
The way they know who he is now is because after he tried to kill Millie.
But he was like
Oh, that's
super
right, the-
far
the sister
away.
cop.
He was like in the middle of the field, and
Yeah,
the cop
'cause-
was in the bleachers.
No,
I don't
I
know
think
how she
also
was
'cause
able
they-
to see his face.
No, because she reported it, obviously, because the mask was torn off and all that. He stabbed Millie and all that, so she got a good look
Millie?
at
Yeah,
it.
The
I,
butcher?
I forgot they didn't change until it,
midnight.
it was like midnight.
Yeah, so they were able to report what
With the butcher.
the
Yeah.
butcher looked like.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes
That
sense.
makes sense.
Yeah. I also want to talk about, what you guys were talking about. Any scene where Millie is in the butcher's body. So it's hilarious, I think, when Millie guy is trying to like be a high school girl while being in this grown man's body.
Yeah.
Vince,
Why is he
So-
so antisocial though? He doesn't talk like at all.
don't know.
I thought a scene that's funny to me.
Do
is-
you see where he lives?
So yeah, he's tasked with playing a teenage girl, and he does it extremely well. You really get the feeling that Millie isn't comfortable in this middle-aged man's body, and that leads to some very interesting situations, like how he jokes about standing peeing up.
Yeah, he's like, oh my god, do you wipe?
And how he accidentally flirts with his own mom, or she accidentally flirts
That's
with
what I
his
wanted to
mom.
talk about. That was so funny to me.
But
It's just
yeah,
like,
she
I
was
like your
real-
voice.
And he was like, "Oh God, no!"
She was
comedy
really
is just-
digging it though, like the self confidence and stuff, and like the strength that came with it. And shit.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
like,
that a
whoa,
lot.
strong.
I really like that.
It felt powerful.
Like he accidentally, she accidentally like beat the crap out of like her friend. Like,
Yeah,
she
she
was
smacks
throwing
throws
them against
around
the
in
wall.
Like she
cafeteria.
kicked,
What the
she
heck?
kicked
Yeah, so strong.
the black girl. What was her name? Aaliyah or something like that.
Oh yeah, I don't remember. Her
Like
name.
she kicked her into like a table.
Yeah, that
It looked like it hit her spine.
Bro,
Yeah,
I
that's
thought
what I
I
thought.
thought she died because it was in the corner too. Like, the
Yeah.
corner table
I
was
thought
like,
she was
"Damn,
dead,
really
too."
hard." And then it's just like,
That's
oh,
what I
no,
thought
she-
too. Yeah.
And she's like, oh
Nyla.
my god, do you guys
Nyla, that's her name.
She's like, do you believe me now? Because she started singing the chant. I'm like,
Yeah.
how does that do anything? Like, how her best friend's like,
Well, because it's the mascot chant, and
Yeah,
who's
but
and
they
who's
also
the
see
mascot?
it.
Yeah,
they also quizzed her on her favorite like movies and stuff. Or
yeah,
something.
they question her on a bunch of shit.
She's like, I
afterwards.
say my favorite movie is this, but it's actually this, and it's like, oh,
you should have just done that. You should have just went off with the handshake.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that would have saved it. Like, anyone could have lied on a bunch of that.
It was also a little. It was interesting. I don't know if I love it or hate it yet. That the mom's a drunk, and that the reason she got attacked was because
the mom
she didn't
passed
pick
out
her up.
drunk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she passed out drunk on the bed.
And then
after-
when she came to the police station, in my heart I was like, yeah, like this is all your fault. I hope you kill yourself.
Oh, no, in
No,
my
no,
crap.
no. No, but I was
The
like,
mom makes
you
you
should
upset
take
in this movie. for
because
sure.
she after that scene, like she still fights with the daughter, like saying like, oh, this ain't my fault.
Oh yeah,
That's
When-
true.
is it
It's
when they-
all your fault.
Yeah, because like they pan to her, and but then you could hear it in the background. It's like, yeah, why did you pass
Yeah.
out drunk in the freaking
It-
chair? And then like, oh,
Yeah, I think that goes back to the point you guys were talking about, where it sets up all the characters as like these shitty people, but
and
The
then-
only problem with it is that they didn't really give like a character arc in terms of
the mom.
like showing her like
progressing to a
yeah,
better
like
person.
if she's like off, if she's stopped drinking or not, because we don't actually know if she actually stopped
Yeah.
To
drinking.
be fair, did anyone actually care about the mom?
No, but she seemed to play a big
She's
part.
an important person
Yeah,
to
Millie,
her.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the only reason why.
I didn't see that.
He's like, I
Well,
didn't see
because
anyone.
Millie was holding back, like she wasn't even gonna go to her homecoming because her mom wanted to spend time with her instead.
She wasn't gonna go off to college because
Yeah.
her mom was, you know.
Her mom was just.
I think she was
enforcing her
using
life.
excuses.
You think?
It's probably a mixture of both. She's afraid to take the risk, but she's also has this weight kind of holding her back because she feels guilt.
Well,
Yeah,
towards-
plus she is gonna go to the college because the mom like insisted.
Well, yeah, like at
So-
the end of the movie, like the guy states, he's like, yeah, you have so much anxiety, and it's all about your dad dying, and
Mhm.
just like there's a lot of things going through her head that she's just not feeling proud about herself.
I also want
Mhm.
to talk about the that ending scene me and Javier keep talking about. The scene where they find Millie and the butcher finally switch back to their original bodies. The butcher comes to Millie's house to try and massacre her.
How?
Yeah.
What do you mean how?
How does he find his way back?
Didn't he die before that?
No, he took off his little heart monitor thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
From his
okay.
fingers.
Yeah.
But how did he get there so fast?
well, he probably took
probably
the
killed
ambulance.
the paramedics. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was saying this a lot. It's just like there are so many Jason scenes in this movie.
It's almost like he's kind of supposed to be Jason.
Yeah.
When did the movie take place? Friday the 13th.
Oh yeah. No, but the killing happened before that.
Yeah, but I'm saying for
The
the, body
overall,
switch.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because there are so many scenes where he's just like he teleports.
Yeah. Well, I think that's part of the
The
Jesus
slasher
was saying.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like Jason, where he
That's
like
slasher
where, like
action.
he's walking sometimes, and then he teleports.
Yeah, I'm just
And
like,
then you see him like fat kid jogging at some point.
it's just so it just threw me off.
I also question how Millie at the end was finally able to like with full force stab a table leg through the butcher. Like that
Was there a
seems like it
sharpened
takes
table?
long. It
I
was a
forget.
little sharp.
It was a
but-
little sharp.
but it wasn't. The force you would need to still do that is insane. I would think, especially through such like a beefy guy like Vince Vaughn.
Well, it's like she stabs it halfway and then she kicks it. Karate kicks it.
Yeah, but
Bam.
even to
A lot
stab
of
it
them.
halfway through like that.
Well, I mean, there is some
Yeah, I know.
unrealistic violence. Like
Yeah.
that bottle scene, as cool as it is, it's kind of hard to put a whole wine bottle in someone's like,
he's-
esophagus.
He smashed it through. He put all the power.
Yeah,
in
but
it.
I don't even think like the bottom of the bottle would fit in your
I
mouth.
don't think it. No, I don't think it fit. I think it's cracked open. Like it just split open halfway.
I'm not gonna argue on that.
I think it split.
All right, so some of the thoughts I had while watching this movie was, how was the Spanish teacher able to read the Aztec knife if Aztecs didn't speak Spanish before
Yeah,
the
that was weird.
conquistadors came? So that knife wouldn't have been written in Spanish. It would have been written in indigenous language.
She was fun. That was
That
so
was
funny
weird.
to me, dude. That was a funny scene to me when she was going ham on the
The student,
reading.
she's like, I'm dyslexic. I have a note.
Dude, that whole scene was funny to me. I just started laughing. I'm like,
Yeah,
this is too funny.
that trio of friends had great chemistry the whole movie. Even
I'll say it.
even as Millie in Vince's body, they still like got along really well, and you could. I really got the vibe that they were like actually friends.
Like, you remember that one scene where the gay kid is looking over Millie? No, what the fuck is the killer's name?
The butcher.
Yeah, the butcher girl. Like when she's tied up and stuff.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
and she's in like a bondage situation.
that was funny. It's like, you are not.
You are
gay.
not straight.
I mean, yeah, you are not
I
straight.
have to tell you something, Mom. I'm straight.
You
was
are
funny.
far from anything but straight.
I can't believe that they just set that up in the middle of their living room. Like, they couldn't have put him up in his room.
Like they
Yeah,
didn't
that
just
was
like,
pretty bad.
They didn't just take her up there, tie her up there, nothing like that. Like that.
She has to be the centerpiece of the living room.
If your mom walks in, what are you doing?
I really
Sex.
thought the mom was about to die too once Millie broke out,
know,
or
right?
the butcher broke out.
I didn't like the mom either. She could have died. I didn't care.
Well, that was see the
Yeah,
mom.
I kind of wanted her to
Yeah, the
die.
mom in that scene. Yeah, if she died, I'm like, oh well, she died.
Yeah, well, she,
Yeah, it was her
she
own
would've-
dumb fault.
for not believing her child. But I mean, how would you
It is a
respond?
very-
How would you
believe the
respond to a
child either.
How would you respond to a
I
situation
would
like
not
that?
believe the child.
See, the thing I was
Exactly.
questioning is how was she able to break out now? Because it showed that she cut the rope in half, but with what?
With the
Plot.
knife that dropped on the floor, and then Millie
but
picked up the knife.
No, the knife was
With
in
plot.
front of her.
Oh, I don't know that. Yeah.
Oh, because I think it was just kind of loosely like tied. It was like a bad knot.
It was high schoolers who tied him.
Yeah.
It
So
did not seem like that. It seemed like it was properly. No, because it was cut in half. It wasn't loosely tied. It was cut.
anyways,
It was down the middle.
I saw him like trying to like
Yeah, right.
like pull it out.
All right, my favorite moment in this movie was probably also my least favorite moment was the car makeout scene.
that was awkward.
This moment gave me both a feeling of laughter and disgust that I hadn't experienced in a film before. So obviously, we all know there's nothing wrong with, gay kissing and stuff like that. But when
is
it's a
weird.
middle-aged man and a high school student
that was
There's
making
so
out
many
in a
red
car,
flags right there.
it's just like, that is not a good combination.
I
Yeah.
get it was
legit-
Millie in his body, but still,
I
that
legit
was,
didn't think they were actually gonna go for it.
Yeah, they actually went for it. It was crazy. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't really care if it was like Millie in the butcher's body. It was still really uncomfortable, but at the same time, it was the uncomfortableness is what made it so hilarious.
I think another thing that what made it weird is the fact that it was Millie that he was trying to kiss,
Yeah.
and not the guy. But because I don't know, it's just a weird situation because of
This
that.
disgusting killer with his fucking disgusting teeth.
Yellow teeth.
Yellow teeth. The fact she was able to see his yellow teeth. Like it was pitch dark. Oh, he had yellow teeth as well.
Yeah, I shivered literally just now because of that.
I was like, oh my god.
Okay, so I'm sorry. A scene that I enjoy is when Millie. What were we gonna call when she takes over his body?
Oh yeah,
Millie
Millie
Butcher.
Butcher.
Millie Butcher, when she wakes up and the crackhead comes over there, she's like, "You got any drugs?" "No, I don't got any drugs." "Do I look like a 5'5" girl, blonde hair, petite?" She's like, so you do have drugs. Bring some. She's like, and he's just like, I'll suck your dick. I'm
Oh
like,
my
what
God,
the
yeah,
heck?
dude.
And then he's like, he starts running, I'll suck it all. Come on. Just let me have some
She
drugs.
really wanted them drugs to make him
Dude,
feel
that
like a
was
teenage girl.
funny to me. That was
was
great.
funny.
That did set up the comedy really well. That was like one of the first jokes they opened with.
Yeah, that was
And it
like, that's one of my, so
That
like,
was a good opener.
see,
Yeah.
there's 3 scenes I enjoyed. That one, the Hispanic teacher, and then that other scene that you mentioned. Those are the 3 scenes I really enjoyed.
pretty
the whole, yeah.
Another scene I
A
like.
scene I
No, go ahead.
A scene I really liked was when Millie Butcher came into the class after hours to see the
The professor? No, the
Oh,
teacher.
wood shop?
the woodshop teacher,
Mhm.
and she tries and fails to kill him.
Yeah.
And
he just throws her
And
off himself.
I was literally in shock because the teacher like beat the hell
Yeah.
out of her.
He
She
started
started
fun-
kicking her and
over and
stuff,
over again,
like
yeah.
a lot of times.
Bro, I was so surprised. I don't know why he stopped. Like,
I think he's got a broken mind in the
Like
he definitely took advantage of the situation.
Like at some point, it's not even self-defense. It was
Right.
just like, whoa, you're just trying to fuck
like,
her up.
in the beginning when she does come up to him, stab him, and he throws her. It's like, yeah, that looked like self-defense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
the rest
everything
wasn't.
after that was just like, geez, dude.
And the fact that he's just like, he gets down on his knee right next to her. Is like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's messed up.
It
And
was
then-
very satisfying seeing him die.
It was a brutal death scene
It's
too.
great. The fact that he just cuts him in half. is
You
like,
know, you might
Everyone.
remember, but they did a similar thing in the Fear Street movie where the buzzsaw
Oh yeah,
kills
yeah,
somebody
yeah.
and slices them in half. Except I think it was done better in this movie than
Yes, because
Fear
we had
Street.
better view of it.
because
yeah.
the teacher needed to die.
Because the
Being an
teacher
a-hole.
needed-
Being
Yeah.
an a-hole.
I think it was
teacher
a
was-
practical effect, right?
Hmm?
I'm pretty sure like most of the gore and shit was like practical effects.
Not
It wasn't
CGI.
CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They probably used
like
dummies
props
and
and stuff. It looked really good. I wish they would do that more in films because I don't know. A lot of it just seems cheesy when it's CGI,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll obviously look dated as time progresses and our technology increases.
One scene that I found funny and cool is when Millie when she's in the guy's body.
Millie Butcher.
Millie Butcher.
Oh wait, yeah, Man.
Yeah, yeah, we'll just say Millie Man, I guess. But it's in the bathroom scene, and then one of the high schoolers going to the bathroom is like, "Hurry up, I gotta take a crap," and then he
Oh,
just
yeah, big
stands up, and you can see his face over the stall.
He's a huge dude, yeah.
And he's like, "Oh shit!" And then he just picks him up.
Bro, he had time to run away. He had the time to
He
run
was
away.
frozen in fear,
I
man.
know.
Some people freeze up when they're
And then he
afraid.
pissed
who doesn't?
himself.
It was like, "Did you piss yourself?" Like, yeah.
You're
And
like,
he's
oh,
like, and he walks away.
That was one of my. That was a funny scene.
And the insults that she was trying to hurl at the guy, she's like, "You sticky face again." And it actually managed to terrify the kid. He's like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry."
I think
I'm
it's
sorry,
because
don't hurt me."
how bad and awkward he was being in such a big body. It's probably what terrified him.
What is you guys' least favorite or things that should be cut?
There was a really awkward scene where it looked like it was gonna go into R word.
Oh yeah. Well, I think that was kind of to like set up that these guys had what was coming to them.
yeah.
Yeah, our scumbags. Yeah, that just the scene made me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's bad. It's just I don't know.
Yeah,
It made me
it's
uncomfortable.
it is this trigger scene. Yeah, definitely.
What scene were we
It's a
talking
good thing she
about?
killed
Where the
them all.
football players surround Millie in the room.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, you got 3 holes."
Yeah,
and
that
there's
was
3
pretty.
dudes."
Yeah. So I mean, they had what was coming to them, and so they all died. They all got murdered.
Yeah, it was pretty satisfying. seeing them die.
Another scene that I felt like for some reason was gonna happen in that was the teacher. For some reason, after he kicks her.
Oh, you thought he was
Oh,
going to
he
do
was
something
gonna do
similar?
some
effect.
stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
I don't know. It gave me that vibe.
At first, I thought she was gonna, the butcher was gonna like try to like seduce him and then
That's why I was
and then
thinking that.
toss him into the thing.
Dude had too much hate for that. He would not have fallen for it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's why he had so much
No.
hate because he hasn't had
No,
lust in a while.
that's not it.
See.
And anything else you guys disliked about the movie, or?
There's not much that I disliked about the movie. The movie was just
Yeah, it flowed pretty
Solid.
well. Every scene,
Unlike Venom.
every scene kind of
Shut up.
played with each other.
Yeah, I don't have that many dislike.
Yeah, it flowed really well. Every scene kind of went with each other. It was all good pace and stuff. What are your guys' final rating for it?
I'll bump it up to an 8.
I'll bump it up to an 8 too.
Sorry, I'm trying to think if there's a scene I did dislike, but no, it's probably gonna be 8.5 for me now.
Sweet. I'm keeping it at a 9.
I think the only thing I disliked was a scene that was probably the mom when she wakes her up, walks in and everything. I don't know. Just,
I
the
hate
mom's
the
just
mom
so casual about
much.
it.
Yeah,
She's
the
like,
mom.
oh my god.
The mom character did
Yeah,
suck.
like she should have been more heartbroken. I felt
Yeah.
like she didn't feel that. It didn't give that vibe. It felt like she probably just drank and woke up.
That's probably what did happen.
The
Like-
cop's sister is also, I don't know, like, she's a good character, but, like, at the same time, I didn't like her.
Well, because she's kind of being detrimental to the
She's trying to remember. She's still trying to fight, like get over her depression with her dad
grief.
dying. Yeah, her grief. There you go.
She was like really aggressive towards those high school kids.
Yeah, no kidding.
But I think that's probably my least favorite scene is the mom the day after her daughter almost died. She's just like, I'll just buy you all this stuff.
Yeah, because
like,
that will fix it.
yeah, that'll
Right.
fix the problem.
I
They're
think
like,
that's more speaks to the mom's character than it does to the
I
script
think it was
writing.
on purpose,
Mhm.
obviously.
I don't know.
So let's read some online reviews. This IMDb audience member gave it a 7 out of 10. This is a fun film with a bit of a slasher element in comedy style surrounding this genre. Now, the added value here is the great pace and cool performance of Vince Vaughn as a teenage girl. The film is more funny than scary, and there is plenty of dialogue and moments that will keep you entertained. 7.5 out of 10. Freaky fun movie.
Yeah, it's crazy, like how like most of the kills aren't really scary; they're more satisfying and or funny. Like the only one that was maybe a little like
Too much?
maybe unjustified was like the bully girl, like getting
Yeah,
frozen.
She died frozen to death.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if she deserved to die.
I think
Which
about
The girl
bully.
you hated, the bully
Yeah,
girl.
no, she deserved to die. She had to go.
The thing, the
She
thing that
had
made
to
me
go.
think about now is it's weird. How rich is the school? Like
I
they
don't
had a crime John like
Well, it was like it seemed like in a well-off area because
Yeah.
the mansion that the butcher was murdering the kids in were students of that school.
Mm-hmm.
man, that's a rich school.
Yeah, I
they,
guess.
they had something like that for athletes.
So this Metacritic reviewer gave it an 80 out of 100. Freaky is a bloody good time. It's smart, sharp, and funny with some tasty kills and headline casting that is to die for. That's a weird way of phrasing it, but
like
yeah.
I've never seen the main actress before, but I dig her.
You have. She's in Detective Pikachu.
She
Is
is.
she?
She's the lady in Detective Pikachu, the one with the blonde hair and Psyduck.
Oh,
really?
really?
Wait, inside dog.
Her Pokemon is Psyduck.
She's
It's
the
been
main.
forever,
She's a detective lady, the reporter lady. I mean,
It's been forever since I've seen Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, but I
but
like
she's-
her.
Yeah, she's a great actress. Yep, she played
Is that
whatever
the-
that character's name was.
Oh, I think I recognize it now, yeah.
Is that the only other movie she played in that was big?
I'm trying to look into it.
I'm sure there's a bunch.
Yeah, sure, there's a lot, but yeah, she was Lucy Stevens in Detective Pikachu. She was in Blockers. That's right.
I don't know what that is.
That's the John Cena movie.
Oh, the chicken.
Yep.
The chicken on the like
Cock
I said.
blockers.
Yep. But yeah, it was next review here. This Rotten Tomato audience gave it a 5 out of 5. Such a great film. So much fun. That was pretty straightforward. This Rotten Tomatoes critic gave it a rotten score. Wouldn't seem so gruesomely indulgent if it felt like a story and not an outline. So basically they're saying they felt like there wasn't much story to this movie.
I mean, do most slasher films have
No,
There's
really
no
don't.
story to
Yeah,
this
no,
movie.
And every time they do try to go for a story, it kills the movie.
It does.
Yeah, plus comedy, it doesn't live or die by its story.
Mhm.
It can't, if it makes you laugh, it makes you laugh.
Right.
The story is mostly there to like set up jokes and shit like that.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point, yeah.
So the joke in this, like I know this is weird, but is when the teens say, "Wow, we're gonna die first because we're gay and black."
When they're running
Oh,
away.
that was funny.
Was that a joke, like to a reference for the modern world?
Yeah, like
Because,
in
oh,
every
it was-
slasher movie, they always gotta do that. I don't know why.
I thought it was funny when he said it out loud. I was like, "We're gonna die because we're gay and
That's,
black."
That's a fourth wall break?
I thought it was pretty funny.
It was good. All right. So, if you guys have enjoyed this episode so far, make sure to check out our previous podcast. We upload weekly, so catch us next week as well. All right. Now let's get into content we've seen this week. What is some stuff you guys watched this week?
I watched Monster Hunter last night.
Oh,
Is that why you're suggesting it?
Yeah.
was it good?
Yes.
Was it actually?
What's it actually?
I'll give it like a low 6.
I've seen we've
Is
all
it
seen.
a,
that's
is it a
fair.
series or a movie?
It's a movie.
It's a
It's a
movie.
movie. Okay.
So we've all seen Monster Hunter, haven't we? Like
Mm,
the one with. Wait, are you talking
Monster Hunter is like based off the video games.
No.
Right?
about Monster
I
House?
did
no,
I
I'm
say
thinking
Monster
about
Hunter or
Monster-
Monster House?
Yeah, I was like,
said
oh,
Monster
what
Hunter.
the fuck?
Yeah. Monster House.
yeah,
low
Monster
6.
Oh,
Hunter.
Monster House.
Yeah, I said
okay.
Monster Hunter is a little sick as well. I've seen that in theaters. It was okay.
Monster House. I remember that was a childhood classic.
Yeah.
Very
It was weird.
Yeah, very creepily designed.
You think I honestly want them to do that in like real life? Like,
Ooh, that'd be a really cool movie to just have in real life.
yeah. I mean, the house would be 100% CGI.
Ooh,
I
you
thought-
should watch Cabin in the Woods.
I have seen that one.
That's kind of like.
When I was watching it while I was streaming actually, so I'm gonna get hit by YouTube for that. But
Well, we can if right now it's winning in the lead, so we can probably talk about it next week if it wins the vote.
Which one?
One thing that I
Monster House.
one thing
No,
I
it's
said
not
is I
winning.
Oh,
thought
it's
it
not
would,
winning.
No.
Paranorman.
Oh,
I thought it would
Paranorman's
be
winning.
good
Okay.
if they did a Until Dawn Monster House edition.
Until dawn.
Or just Until Dawn.
No,
Or
Just
just
Until
Until
Dawn.
Dawn.
You finished that
Movie.
game?
yeah,
Oh.
Ah.
What? Who? How many people died? Wow.
only one person.
What do you mean, wow? Is that a bad thing?
No, you didn't. You didn't have everyone survive. Wow, what's wrong?
Wow.
Wow, you're bad.
Wow.
Wow, you kicked the bird.
You,
probably-
you killed a bird. Dude.
He was like, that bird looks sus. Bang.
All right.
It
What are
was.
some other guys? Oh, some other stuff you guys watched?
I'm on season 5 of Sopranos now.
Oh, making the
So,
progress.
I'm getting close. I'm almost there.
How many seasons are there?
6.
There's 7
Oh.
technically because
Seven?
there's a season 6A and then there's season 6B.
Okay, so they broke it off into parts.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I don't know what's up with that. But, looking forward to that.
Hey.
Other things that I've seen. Squid Game.
Oh,
I'm actually
somebody,
planning on watching
somebody watched it in this group. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, talk about Squid Game. That's a cultural phenomenon. None of us have watched it, so you need to cover that.
watched it?
No.
You need to cover that for
Jeez,
us.
man, that's a lot of pressure.
You need to cover it for us.
Why
My views are writing on it. It's going to be in the title now, plus Squid Game review.
plus Squid Game review.
It honestly would probably get a lot of clicks because
Why
that's really popular
Why
right
don't we
now.
do that sometime next week then?
Okay.
Let's talk about it next
All
week.
right. There's I really like Squid Game. There might be a couple little negativities that I might throw out because people are really hyping this show up. But I mean, it's not like it's doing anything too different from the norm. I just think that American audiences haven't seen many death games
Fair enough.
because there's tons in like Japanese media.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Danganronpa is a good one. Shit like
Death
that.
Parade.
There's a bunch of Korean movies like that too. Like with Death Game.
But they're
I-
not Netflix and
Yeah,
they're
I
not,
think
they're not
you're not-
translated.
That plays into his
I
point.
think there's
yeah.
Battle Royale they have. You never seen that one?
What?
There's also
that's an old movie.
Yeah.
Alice in Borderland, like I was talking about, which
Mhm.
is similar, but it's
But-
also Japanese.
Yeah, it's
That's
a
so
really good
weird. Come
show.
on now.
It's a really good show. The characters are really good too. There's obviously like a certain dynamic where it's kind of like Fall Guys, kind of. Where
But if you fall, you really fall.
You're playing these like childhood classic games apparently of like Korean children.
Green light, red light, green light, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
The games are fun to watch. You know?
Yeah, to watch.
you,
Wait.
you see like different little strategies of how to like beat the games and shit like that. You obviously like find people to root for, specifically the people they show on camera.
Are you going for spoiler free? So if
Yeah.
you want to watch it, we could.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
I'm
basically
not
what it's doing.
saying
Yeah,
any spoilers
I'm-
right
I'm
now.
planning on watching it.
Okay.
So I would recommend it for the show, but each episode isn't it like an hour long?
Most of them,
Good.
there's like 1 or 2 that are like 30 minutes.
And how many episodes are there?
9.
9.
Oh.
So
Oh,
yeah,
it's
that's
only 9 episodes?
that's the
Yeah,
issue
I
though, is
should've
we
watched
would
it.
have to watch 9 episodes an hour long in 1 week.
That's not a problem.
I mean,
we
it's
have a
really
whole week.
binge worthy.
Yeah, so it's a
So
whole week.
I mean,
episode-
maybe
an
we'll
episode a
see
day.
if we can add a review of that into next
Maybe.
week.
I'll probably take one day break from streaming so I can watch it.
Okay.
Alexi, when are you gonna watch
If
Owl
you guys,
House?
if you guys
I
are
know, I know.
if you guys are dedicated to it, we'll spitball in the message chat.
I mean, I
Alright.
got 1 episode to go, so I mean,
What do you mean, Owl House?
No, of Squid Game.
Oh,
Oh, you're in the last episode?
Yeah, I'm on the last episode right now.
I said, T-shirt watched it all in one day, so I wouldn't be. I mean,
She
I'm
watched
down.
9 hours straight.
Jeez.
She says she went to bed. Like, I think she started watching at like 4 in the afternoon and didn't go to bed until like 3 in the morning.
Another little issue is
Something like
that I
that.
saw like a TikTok literally this morning, which was like the translation is a little funky in some parts, where it's like mistranslate a couple of the things that some of the characters say.
Did you watch
which-
it in Korean?
I watched it subbed.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not a filthy casual. Dub. I mean, I don't care.
Do you
really.
have a dubbed edition?
Yeah, they have
Yeah,
a
they,
dub.
Oh.
it's Netflix. They
That-
probably have it in like German too and French and
When the
stuff.
Netflix, so like when Tisha started watching it, I started watching it in a sense like a small,
Oh, you
like
would-
2
yeah.
minutes or something like that. I looked
Mhm.
over, the dub for the voice does not match the character.
Well,
when they
that's how it
talk.
normally works.
Yeah.
It's so bad. I don't like it.
Yeah, but some characters their little personality is just a little off when you read some of the subtitles compared to like when you hear it directly from like a Korean person saying it.
Let me ask you the real question then. Do you think it deserves all the hype it's getting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't it most of the hype in America? Though,
Yeah, it's
too?
the most popular show in America right now.
It's really good. I mean, you should really watch it.
You know,
It
just
does
because
bother me
you
how much
said
they're
that,
hyping it up, though.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
that's
watch it.
that's my issue
Just
with
like
it.
Owl House, what you did.
Yeah, I actually benched that one.
For me, I don't know. I'm picky. When it comes to TV shows and they're really overhyped, it kind of turns me off from
Yes.
watching it.
I see. Yeah, I know what you mean. Exactly.
That's
Like
not-
Game of Thrones and shit.
Yeah,
like that.
exactly.
So I heard that was a good series.
Well, the only thing
To
that
the
stops me
end,
from
to
Game of
the
Thrones is
end.
the ending.
Yeah,
The ending, I heard that you
which
don't,
is
you don't need to watch it because it's just that bad.
which is like why I'm like, well, I avoided all that pain by just not watching it.
Squid
it's
Game
good
is-
though.
But yeah, well,
places-
we might do Squid Games
I
next
have
week.
no idea if it's gonna lead up to anything.
Like another series.
Yeah,
season or
another
something.
season or something.
Hmm.
They might show something at the end where kind of like shows that it's gonna
Maybe.
lead up.
I will say there are some English speaking actors later on in the show
Hmm.
which are really corny.
I guess we'll find out. Any other content you guys have seen this week? I know Javier had like
I've
Few
seen
movies.
Yeah, I seen 2 movies yesterday as well. I seen the House of Wax.
oh right.
It's a 2005 movie.
You want to tell us about it?
Yeah, I mean it's about a group of college students, which
Okay.
they don't give you that vibe, to be honest.
Oh, dude, they seem too
Do
old.
they look
Yeah,
dirty?
they just seem like you read the description. It was a group of college. No, it was going to a college football. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like 4 or 5 grown adults going to a college football. 'Cause
What was it called again?
House
Sorry.
of Wax.
House of Wax.
House of Wax. Okay, yeah, you can continue.
And then they just they don't make it. They had to stop because they were just trying to rest for a night, and then just problems happen.
Okay.
And like how the description says, they 2 people go to abandoned.
Wax Museum,
Wax Museum.
Yep.
Those are creepy.
and they had to fight to stay alive.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like Night Museum but with waxes?
No.
Statues?
No. No, there's actually people. I don't want to talk about it too much. It's just, I like if I'm rating the movie.
Yeah, what would you rate it?
There's so many scenes where I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like it's just so dumb.
Sorry, you giving it like a 6 or something?
Like 5, 6,
5, 6,
5 and
okay.
a half.
5.5. That is what it's rated on right here on IMDb. 5.5.
It's a movie where you're just like, well, that was dumb. Why would you do that? It's those people. It's like those casual movies where it's just like, why are you doing stupid decisions?
Oh, like one
that?
of those movies where you criticize their
Yeah,
stupid
like most of
decisions.
this-
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the other movie you watched?
Yeah, I watched The Invisible Man as well.
Oh, yep, I watched
so
that movie too.
Me and you could talk about that.
Mhm.
Like,
I like that movie.
you seen
You
it
watched
too?
it as well?
Yeah, most of it.
Most.
Most of
Well, like I remember most of it. I
I
saw
remember
the
watching it in
movie.
theaters.
So when I watched this movie in theaters, yeah, I watched it in theaters. That was like one of me and May's first few dates. We went to go watch this movie, but yeah, I wasn't sure what to expect because obviously, like me and Javier found out, the original was from 1933, so it was for me, it was really interesting to see how they modernized it.
Ask Aleksey when the original is.
Shut up.
He kept
Hollow Man or
Yeah, he
some
kept-
shit
yeah,
like
I
he
that.
thought it was Hollow Man for a
mistaking
second
them.
back. I thought you mixed
Because
up.
So stupid.
If I remember correctly, in the very original Invisible Man, he like somehow gets invisible powers, but in this one, they use like this reflective technology where this abusive, basically boyfriend, manipulates this girl into making her think she's crazy.
He has like, doesn't he have like a degree in like, something with vision or something like that?
Yeah, so yeah, like he's an eye doctor or something, I think.
Yeah, he has a high degree in that. He's super smart in that, and he makes the suit where it reflects. I think it reflects light
That's what. Yeah, that's how invisibility works.
because he just like reflects the light fragments off of people's
Yeah,
eyes.
he's got like all these tines cameras on his suit. It's crazy. It was, I mean, parts of it, if you think about it, it felt cheesy because like when the girl is thrashing around the floor and you can't really see anything, it's just her like thrashing around on the floor.
This movie's like a solid 7. I'll say
Yeah.
it like that.
Yeah.
I don't know about what you give it, but it's a solid 7.
I
for
think
me.
it's a 7 too.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'll give it a 7.
That
I've never
whole-
seen it though.
The whole dynamic of her living with that one guy with his daughter, I think it added to the drama factor. I really like that aspect of it because he was just trying to protect his daughter from what he thought was an insane woman.
Yeah, that's why I think it's a solid 7 because what they're going for, it works very well.
Yeah.
And the fact that the guy was wealthy enough to do all that, it makes
Yeah.
it makes
It was a trippy movie. I recommend it for anyone who's just watching something a little strange to watch for this spooky season.
Dude, I don't want to talk. I want to talk about the movie a little bit, but I don't because then I'm gonna spoil it.
All right, we'll just leave it to the audience
Yeah.
to check it out.
You should watch it, Aleksey.
So,
No.
some of the content I've seen this week is 7 Deadly Sins Season 5. I haven't finished it yet, though.
There's also a movie out that came out recently
Yeah,
too.
it
with
came out Friday. I haven't seen that either.
I gotta watch the rest. I gotta watch it, but and Tisha's she fell asleep 3 episodes in, I think, on season 4.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, you have to watch it, and she just hasn't made time to watch it herself.
I'm so glad I tapped out on season 1 because
Dang.
it's already on season 5. Like,
Yeah,
come
dude.
on, man.
We
I
need
can't-
more.
I hate long-running shows.
I give it a 7 out of 10 so far. Like, it's interesting, and I like seeing all these battles and the story unravel, but at the same time, I don't know where they're going to go from here. They're, like,
How's
reaching
the
their power
animation?
limits and stuff.
I think it's gonna be 6.5 for me out of 10 for the show.
Yeah.
It's a like you said, it's an interesting movie, but I think where I'm at now, I'm just like, I think I could stop. I would not need to continue watching it. I might watch the second movie, but I can't watch it because I don't know if it's gonna relate to the show or not.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Like, you know, the first movie that they released for the 7 Deadly Sins,
Mhm.
that one had no connection to the show besides unless you didn't know about all the characters.
Yeah, you just have to know the basics of the characters and
Which is
everything.
all, like, I think, isn't it all of season... No, it's season 1 and 2. That's
Mhm.
all you gotta watch to
Yeah,
learn
pretty
the
much.
characters. Other than that, the rest of the season's just...
I
It's,
think
it's more
they-
for the story.
I think they're going too far into the story. I miss in the earlier seasons when it was just like,
Just for fun.
yeah, just for fun, meeting
Like-
all the characters and seeing them interact with each
That's
other.
why Jesus said he kind of glad he stopped. Because all season 1 was literally very... Like,
So
Yeah.
like 2-3 episodes, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm tapping out. I know that this show's gonna turn into like some, like it's gonna be a tournament arc or some shit every couple seasons, and I'm gonna get bored.
I don't think they do.
No, they don't reuse arcs, but they definitely put a lot of plot twists and stuff in the show.
Yeah. Either way, I don't like long shows.
That's why you're having a struggle to finish My Hero.
Yeah, exactly. I'm on what, season 4 or something,
Yeah.
and I'm tired.
They're in, what, season 5 of My Hero right now?
I think so, yeah.
Because they do
I gotta
long...
catch up
Yeah,
with
they
that.
do
I might be on season 3. I'm just tired of.
Because they do long... Like, for one season, it's like 24, 20,
Yeah, they do a lot of episodes.
26.
They put in the work.
Are we going to do My Hero as a movie, too, as well?
We'll see.
We'll see. Right, when the date comes around, we'll see what it's competing with.
It's happening this month. I know that. October 23rd
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah, so we still got a few weeks before then.
But it's not... I don't think Celebration's doing it.
We'll see when
We'll
it gets
see.
there.
Right. One more piece of content I want to talk about. I haven't started it yet, but I have started it before. But Seinfeld is finally on Netflix.
That's what I was just about to mention. I was like, oh, there's that Seinfeld.
Yeah, you pointed it out to me. I'm like, that's right. It's on Netflix now. It was on Hulu for a time. I watched all the way through the 3rd season, and then they took it off, and I'm like, what the heck? and now it's on Netflix, so I can continue the series.
It sucks
good?
that it's in widescreen and it's.
Oh, it's in widescreen?
Yeah,
dang.
it's not in its original 4:3, so there's a couple little
Weird
weird
shots.
nits.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Is it
like
that good?
they show.
Huh?
Yeah,
Is it Seinfeld? It's a really good show. Check it out.
like they show the screenshot on Twitter, which was like the pothole scene, where George is like complaining about this pothole in the ground, and you literally can't see it because the widescreen is cutting it off.
And another thing about this series that I think a lot of people love, it's episodic. So like you can literally start in any episode, and there's not like a bunch of drama going on behind the scenes and stuff that you got to be caught up on. You can just watch any episode and be like, oh, this is the part we're on.
It's
This is
so
good.
funny.
This is good. Yeah. And like the story is contained in itself in the episode.
I think you're one subscriber away from being at 900.
Let's go.
Someone
So
just-
close.
Yeah, someone just subscribed 23 minutes ago.
Let's go.
So
All right. So any other content you guys want to talk about?
I think that's about it.
All right. Let's roll the credits.
Boom.
You guys,
Bum, bum, bum.
you guys got any recommendations for any media?
So when I was on my date with Paige, we went back to her house, right? And we played WarioWare on the
Dude,
Switch.
that
Why
game
do I
looks
fucking-
really good.
That game's
Play.
really fun, actually. I might pick it up for myself.
Is it like its own? Is it like a
We're gonna have to
story-based
stream
game, or is it just a fun game? Do you just play with friends?
It's like a bunch of mini games.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, it's a bunch of like micro games where you have to like beat little games and figure them out in like a couple seconds and shit like that. It's really fun.
Didn't they have the game for the?
It has a
DS?
story
Mhm.
mode. Yeah, there's been a bunch of iterations of it.
Wario's really popular.
Because it has a story mode, doesn't it?
It does.
And that's
It's a very bizarre story mode. I don't even know if you could really call it a story mode.
That's
but
right.
need a
That's what I was
Waluigi
trying to
game.
figure.
it's just a good excuse to play the micro games and shit. It's fun.
I've been thinking about buying it for the Switch as well.
Maybe we could do it for like a hangout sometime.
Yeah,
fun
stream.
For crazy.
Unless all of us can play it at once, obviously.
Yeah, you can. It's
Okay.
couch co-op.
Ooh.
I played it with Paige, so like couch co-op.
I'm
Can
gonna have
you
to
go
check
up to
that
4
out. Then.
characters, can it? Or is it just 2?
It depends on the game. Sometimes you can play like 3 characters, 4 characters. I don't know. It depends.
Is Waluigi in it?
No,
Mm.
at
What's-
least I don't think so.
It's just it looks like a bunch of
Out of
random
the
characters.
out of the playable, well, there are a bunch of WarioWare characters that have been in other games in the past.
Oh.
They're
Well,
originals.
I like a lot of the character designs for all of them.
Yeah, they're cute.
What content do you recommend, Alexi?
I got nothing.
Nothing. What about you, Javier?
One Piece. One Piece.
Piece.
I'm really far into it, actually.
Where are you at right
I
now?
think I'm like 500 right now.
Oh, so you got past the sad scene.
All right.
I think.
I recommend Your Everyday Theorist. It's another YouTube iceberg channel, but honestly, they're great videos. These iceberg videos, man, gotta check
You're
them
addicted.
out. I'm addicted. It's something to listen to at work.
It's like
It's entertaining
drug.
stuff.
I just
Like a
remembered.
The iceberg drug video.
I also recommend this mystery real crime guy.
Ooh.
His name is Lazy Masquerade.
Mm.
I don't know if May maybe heard of it,
Mm.
heard of them, but they do a really good job, like doing their storytelling and whatnot.
Ooh.
All right, I've got a recommendation.
Perfect spooky
I'm on
season.
episode 297.
What do you recommend?
My recommendation is Harry Potter audiobook narrated by Jim Dale.
I agree. The audiobooks are great.
Why do you look like that?
Well, you got a problem with audiobooks?
No, I'm just books aren't my thing.
The
But
audiobooks,
then you said audiobook, and then I was like, oh, okay.
yeah, the audiobook, something to listen to at work or when you're driving. I agree, the Harry Potter audiobook series is pretty good.
Maybe that's how I'm gonna be able to watch Harry Potter.
Just imagine it
Uh,
in your mind.
I
Yeah.
guess another piece of media is people should listen to Rex Orange County. I know he's
fuck is
pretty
that?
he's pretty popular. He's a music guy.
Oh, I don't listen to
Does he
it.
do a podcast or just a song? You're just recommending.
Songs. He's an artist.
Mm.
I listened to Pluto Projector recently, just now. He was on a bunch of Tyler's songs too.
Oh.
When's your podcast coming out, Jesus?
I don't know anymore, man. I just been busy,
I don't
but
know.
I am going to do it eventually.
Have you been writing mad scripts just for days in advance.
I have a beta script,
Ooh.
Ooh.
maybe alpha script. I should probably say.
Bro, your
It's
dog's
very bare bones.
All right, can you end the poll and let me know what the result
your
is?
dog's front legs are thick.
He's a meaty
It's
boy.
fucking creepy.
What?
He's a meaty boy.
No, it was a creepy comment to say.
What? Why?
I think it was Paramount.
Paranorman?
Yeah.
All right, so next week we will be reviewing the new 007 No Time to Die and Paranorman. So be tuned for that. Maybe even we'll throw in the Squid Games review. If all of us can watch all of that
man.
content.
I think we can do it.
I mean, either way, I have to watch a couple of those James Bond movies.
So do
'cause
I.
I have no idea.
I've never seen a James Bond movie. So
Oh,
I'm
you're
going.
fucked.
Yeah, I'm going in.
Neither have I.
blind. Like the only way I'm gonna
What?
do
You've never seen any?
I didn't like the actor.
What the fuck?
Oh my gosh, we have to do it though. It's gonna
So-
be the big movie next
So
week.
on top of we have to me and Aleksey have to watch a movie, one of James Bond movie every day, a Squid Game episode,
I can do it. I can do it.
Oh my god.
and then we got.
That's why the Squid Games is a baby.
Well, I mean, I feel like we could do it because the James Bond movie is not until Friday, so it's like I don't. His movies are what, like 2 hours long, roughly.
Yeah, something like
Around
that.
there.
All right, so if you guys enjoyed today's episode, make sure to like it, comment down below on what you guys think about these movies, and subscribe if you haven't. Check out these guys on their social media links. Thank you for visiting the Sleeping Cinema. Until next week, peace.
So yeah,
Bye,
we're gonna
guys.
we're gonna eat, right?
Peace.
Yeah.